There we go.
Ooh. Oh, okay. This is for the. Oh no, we're streaming now.
Yes.
Okay.
Welcome to the live streaming service. Boop.
So if we wanted to like create a sleeper cell of all neurodivergent people, we could just string together enough like beginning of song lyrics.
Yep, that's right.
Kill the president. Complicated, but I think it could be done.
In our session.
But who would have the time and focus to come up with? Oh wait, no, I answered my own.
If only there was a group of people who could have a varied interest, but also be able to focus for long periods of time.
And we have some unused advancements.
Oh no.
Oh
You
fuck! I didn't think about it.
ran.
Thought about it, not at all.
I mean, I thought about Baby being my follower, but then
Baby's happy where they are.
he seems like he's happy. I don't want to make him unhappy.
Oh geez. An additional faith move, a custom journey scene about a pilgrimage. Mary
Journal is ready.
This is weird. The lights are supposed to be changing in color in here when that happens.
Stupid robots.
They're starting to rebel. Aesthetically.
Robots are revolting. I like
There
it.
you go.
Advancements.
So like an increase in ability. I wish I liked my faith moves more.
Good feedback though.
Sorry.
You can take a faith move from another book, right?
Oh.
Oh,
Cowboy werewolf. Oh wait, that's the between. Sorry.
From another game, right?
Big game. Kick flip. Check it.
wow.
There's one thing that's on brand for you.
I just love Hugh having a follower. It's so delightful.
Having the worst follower for
You're
you.
like, this is supposed to be helpful.
The worst follower so far.
Yeah.
Right, I've got one now. Still haven't ever fully.
Oh, I can't even do any of my
Committed to
abilities
what-
anymore.
Oh, wait. Could it be brother come back?
Oh, fuck. We just have the whole family.
Wow.
Oh, no. I owe everything to my mentor. And just mobbed with fans all the time.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, you can write them as whoever you want. So
Oh man, like the paperless covenant, I can tattoo my body and get an item in my altar. I can get a clue by writing at my altar by marking ink. I can destroy electronic data storage.
ooh.
And to get advantage, I just don't.
I just got excited by destroying electronic data storage, but you mean in the game.
Oh, yes.
Feeling burnout at work, been.
I'm wondering if Sir can generate a prop that's a piece of electronic data storage, use it for advantage, and then I destroy it.
I love it.
Yeah,
Cycle.
we could.
Let's see. Angel of Fate.
I happen to have this
Rolling with
Fernell
green
from a
again.
set.
Smash! Now I'm gonna investigate the room.
Okay, Hugh. You do your thing.
Ghostly randomly drawn. Any roles associated with actions the angel helps you with. But then I'm in the cell. And the angel asks for something in return.
Hmm.
Trying to figure out if I want a follower or a journey move. I feel like Ren would hate a follower, so that feels very fun.
Well, I can get this custom journey scene. That means after any assignment, we can get a clue or unmark an item or learn something useful about a danger.
Ooh.
Yeah, maybe there's a bookshop or a library or a data
Yes.
center.
I would stray away from moves like that. I mean, well, just for me, not I'm not trying to stray you away.
Oh no, I'm
But
curious
just
about.
because like I always feel like I don't know. It's in theory. I was like, oh, so I'll get to use that like once every 3 games.
Mhm.
It's like our personal move that like Ren does graffiti and no one knows about it. And Hugh plays flute.
Yeah, I still need to work that in at some
We need to
point.
work those in. Maybe that's my wish.
Yeah, alternately, when alone, you may engage in your ritual to clear an appropriate condition. Yeah, so you can just do that during the
We
journey.
just loved car trips so much that we haven't had to use it.
Yeah, because that's in place of a journey. That's if you basically that's if you journey by yourself, right?
Yeah. Is what it says. No, it says when traveling to another assignment, blah 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 blah. Alternatively, while alone, you may engage in your personal ritual to clear an appropriate condition.
Right.
So
Wait, when traveling, Hugh could be playing the flute in the car,
no, just
and we haven't been doing that.
No, he has to be alone.
let me
Oh, he has to
double
be alone. Okay, got it.
versus RPG. Let's see. What does it say?
So every now and then he was just like, I need to be alone with my flute.
Master and flute.
Oh, we didn't know that was a real flute, man.
Oh no.
Journey phase. Alone.
I'm gonna go grab a glass of water. I'll be right back.
I haven't. I don't think any of us have used them.
Yeah, that is the. You can only
I
yeah, it
just-
sounds like it's during the journey phase. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought
When
when I
traveling.
read it, it was like journey phase is if we go together. Personal ritual is if we go by ourselves.
Yeah, journey phase is when you're traveling at all, and then the journey move is do a thing together or do a thing
Yeah.
alone. So if you don't want to have a scene with someone, you can go off and clear a condition.
What?
Yeah, or if traveling alone.
Hello, sorry about that.
And
No worries.
Let's see. Well, I could just max out my focus and be the focus and insight guy.
it's 3 and 3. Yeah.
What is focus used for again? Just kind of keeping it together.
Focus is if you do the hover over it, it says composure. So it is composure. And it calls you hunters in the rollover.
Dear developers.
I mean, I'm in a game with Ben who made the character keepers. Give him a little poke about it.
Never mind. Yeah, Blacksmith Scrivener uses you as a medium.
I do love Ben's character keepers though.
Yeah, they're so good. Ridiculous. Profane media.
I mean, that might be fun.
Oh, the tattooing one is what? Yeah, those are all pretty good. I like those.
Yeah, I don't know. I find myself looking at them in just like min-maxing sort of ways, I guess. Like they definitely have the vibe right, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I don't have to do mine now.
Yeah. Whenever you feel like it, you have it available.
Okay, yeah. So I don't need to hold us up. Because I'm not
I'm
sure I'm
holding
gonna
us up.
figure it out. You're not holding us up. No, 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 no.
Oh no, I was saying like I want to hold until we figure
Yeah.
this out.
Let me see. I'll do the beginning stuff. Recapping the
Mark.
we've got three assignments going right now. The Sleepless Warden still. We have not got answered the question, I don't think. The final question of resolving, or since the warden was awakened accidentally, what new purpose could it serve? That's complexity 6. And I think they all have verses attached to them too. So smoke them if you got them.
Oh, I think that it makes more sense for Ren to get the journey move because Ren always loves wandering off.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah. Do I have to write it now, or
At your leisure.
where does it go? Okay,
Uh,
that's the one I'll do.
In probably in like the notes section at the
Oh, I
bottom.
have a miracle leech I haven't been using.
Miracle Leech.
I think I'm gonna max out my focus.
Nice.
Yeah, I think mine's gonna be to like a bank vault where some corpses are stored.
So now I think everybody else has a 1 for focus, and I've got a 3, so I feel like I'm complimenting the group.
The most composed of all of us.
Which kind of tracks, I guess.
Keeps it together. That's Hugh.
Community and vitality, not so much.
You're the
Yeah.
least ruffled when
How
things
did you
happen.
manage to
Kind
max
of a
out-
beleaguered, this might as well happen.
Yeah, it does make sense.
How did you manage to max out 2 stats? Because like I used all my increase abilities.
I'm not sure. Maybe I cheated accidentally.
And I've only got
Probably some of your moves give you a +1.
Let's see for time. Oh, you marked the verse there, right? And that increases your communion. Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. So that zeroed
Yeah.
out communion. And,
But
okay.
I didn't know that I would have a verse that would increase my communion.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's right. You
But
can-
now I'm maxed out. No, bruh. I should get 4.
Go on for.
Nothing bad will happen. You don't want 4.
Oh, there's also the list of journey scenes in the tab journey scenes. You can add more.
Oh.
There's a bunch of blank journey scenes at the end.
Okay. Yeah.
Second assignment, Skyward Sprawl. I haven't touched that at all, really. So, answering the question of where the hollowed corpse of the Sprawl Saint is interred, why the Sprawl is growing, or how the schism between the Sprawl and the Slag can be healed, 4, 6, and 8. And then you're currently at the miraculous clinic of the Bleeding Witness. And your starting question is, what is the hidden cost of the miracles being performed here? And that will lead you to, can the custodians put a meaningful end to the suffering here? And then there's 2 questions that can be unlocked from there. Which outlawed faith poses the greatest threat, and who is secretly funding the unsanctioned work of the clinic? Both of those are complexity 4. Mark new end of session moves if you like.
Oh yeah. Good call.
We have 3 assignments, so no new assignments. And what happened last week? Let's find out.
Everything was just fine at the clinic.
Let's see. You visited the Chapel of the Fog Mantle. Had the big open dome at the top. Clouds everywhere. People should not be separate from the sky. You got a clue from Leon, who's the sky priest there, and found out that baby is hanging out in the temple very happily.
Oh, he's so happy.
You went to the dig for your journey scene, where humans had been turned into dynamite sacrifices.
Oh,
And there's a bunch of construction saints excavating. You showed up to the clinic parking lot. People are singing songs of hope, renewed faith, preaching against the temple of lost souls, and salves for everything, and recording the crowd for jingles for the clinic. Ren tried to see the maiden when Phineas greeted them. Reverend Thumb also greeted you. Reverend Thumb, who I don't know if we made clear is from the Snuff cult, but he is.
no.
So that's going to be a good time. Ren tries, well, I have to say maiden, Thumb, Ren tries to off themselves to see the maiden. That's what it was. Off themselves. But you were saved by other folks. Thumb tried to like put his thumb in your wound a little bit to make it hurt, but you were just like, nah, it's fine. So he stole your bandage and fucked off.
Weird dude.
Weird dude. Grace, one of the attendants, wrapped you back up, and you got a little poem notebook from them.
Oh.
Enter the waiting room. The cost to enter is unclear.
Oh.
The people who haven't been invited in are recognizable devotees to other gods. There are branded stretchers that only licensed worshippers are on, and people who are uncertain of their faith are taken in eager because of their need. Let's go to the surgical amphitheater. Someone mentioned the broken elevator along the way, which I'm sure is totally fine.
Yeah.
The lighting in the surgical amphitheater is all wrong, more mood lighting than bright. Shadows are on the edges, dead spots. There are ornate religious boxes with like velvet imprints for instruments, surgical instruments. The architecture and painting is an optical illusion to make the room seem way bigger, like the ceiling of a casino. You sent Grover down to check out the curtain, the privacy curtain that was down there, and you saw someone, and I believe that was our tattooed friend. Check our sheet here. Yes, yeah, you saw someone with a bunch of tattoos kind of watching you from outside the balcony there, and then they left. Grover, but then all of you ran into Dr. Spindlecarve, who pulled aside the curtain for you. Grover pulled aside the curtain, and there's a body opened up there that was actually hollowed out, in addition to being hollowed. The head was severed, hands and feet severed. They were just in buckets. I just have a note that says, ooh, Ren. I don't remember what that was. And yeah, that was clearly someone who had been hollowed into an immortal saint and then taken apart. Hugh, oh yeah, I think the clue that you got or something was, let me see the assignments here. In here, you got a prayer mark, which alters the experience of time. That was the anesthetic mark that I think the doctor used on Sebastian.
Right. And he sort of appeared in the
Like walked out like, oh, well, I'm here. Hugh understood the anesthetic mark and saw Grover making a copy of it. And there was a flashback. Why didn't Hugh destroy your initiatory writings? I just have Ashen Circle. I don't remember what that means. But,
oh no.
You got that? I think you got.
It was something to do with the Watcher. That
Yeah,
you were
like
used to be with the Watcher, and that it was really special.
like had to give up some memories
Oh yeah.
of his acquaintances and that.
Oh yeah. Oh, and you have the anesthetic prayer mark of that which bears witness in your items. Which
Yeah.
Wishes. Hugh needs to get called to account for rushing in when Ren was like, "Let's get out of here."
Oh no. Fair.
Get a book about the clinic and so on. Resolving our battle saint, doing advancement, which we just did, and mark more prophecies, everybody.
Woke up while you
Wait, whose wish was that?
Someone else was.
Oh, maybe it's because I can.
Oh yeah, you can just.
Oh yeah, I
have a
think that was
move.
your wish.
Oh right, yeah. Yeah, and you used that once already, right?
No, I haven't used it at all.
Oh
Oh,
right.
and
We were going to, but then we realized it would have undone his thing, and so he didn't get the benefit from it anyway.
I guess, have we undone the Mog Squamous can be consulted once per assignment about black market goods? Use the information to stumble on a clue.
Check the assignment here. Very specific.
I just found that among the notes for Hugh.
I think you got one use of that. Yeah, I don't remember if you used it. I don't think you did. Did you?
Huh? I think we used it for one assignment, but I think Mog is indisposed now.
Mug is doing just fine. Don't have in the world. But yeah, that was one of the rewards. A specific vendor becomes a recurring side character and may be consulted on matters of black market goods and materials. Once per assignment, you can use this information to double upon a clue. So once per assignment, you can grab a clue from that.
Okay.
So you've got more uses.
How does that work per assignment? It's like every time we. How do you measure that?
I think
So I
that's
think,
basically for a clue for each assignment.
yeah. Did we use Mog for the Battle Saint?
I think
I think
what's
so.
clues we have? Was that? How was that? Um, I don't know. I don't see any clues that look muggy.
I thought I remembered using Mog for something one time, but I don't remember what.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Mog.
Mug squamous.
He's
But
dead to me.
I mean, dead to the
A
god.
lot of people.
So the last thing that happened was you were in the operating room with the doctor there, copying down the prayer mark. I think the doctor may have left you to your own devices there. But
Oh, okay.
if you want to talk with them, you're welcome to grab them before they go.
This is where this game gets weird because we should really probably jet and go investigate something else. But it also feels weird to be like, we're in the middle of the compound. It's like, yeah, we're leaving. We'll come back. We'll be here.
Yeah, let's see. I guess I don't really have the presence to like con the doctor into doing anything.
And you have two clues right now, and the first question is a complexity two. What is the hidden cost of the miracles being performed here?
Let's
So
see.
you have an intern's notebook that is every entry is a poem, and a prayer mark that alters the experience of time. And you've
Let's
seen a
see.
bunch of stuff.
Yeah, I guess is the hollowed out body behind the curtain now? Or
I think it was just left where it is. So,
yeah.
and you're
Could I
That's my new
investigate
follower.
that and see if there could I see if I recognize anything about the way it was handled?
yeah. Interesting. Um,
I'm like, if this requires focus or insight, I'm set.
tell me exactly what you're doing to do that.
Oh, that's a good question. I am. I think I'm investigating the margin. Like, I assume this hollowed out thing has kind of like a cut around the. There's kind of a
Yeah, it's like scooped out.
excavation.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I think,
down the middle and scooped out, or maybe it erupted in the process of whatever
and
happened.
I think he's looking at like the edges of the wound, the giant gaping hole, to
Mhm.
see like if there's any information to be had. Did stuff erupt out? Was this incised through? Did somebody use like a sharp rock or something?
Oh, I think you
Just
can, you
like,
can tell there, like there are surgical implements.
oh, sure.
Probably that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You can definitely
Never mind.
move around to do more stuff if you want to. Let me just check something.
Like, I'm being greedy for clues at this point.
Yes, collect them all.
Need them
Sorry,
later.
for a clue here.
Hmm?
Are you looking for a clue here, or just kind of like fucking with it?
Oh no, I was trying to find a clue before we
Yeah.
go.
Um, cool. Yeah. I think that is going to be with insight. If you would like to roll 2 dice plus 3, and of course,
Okay. And this is an investigation roll?
this is an investigation roll.
Okay.
You do have inspired if you want to use it.
I think I'll hold on to that. 2D plus 3.
Pretty good, but you never know.
Yeah. Like I would have to roll like a 7 or less. Or how did I
But
forget this?
yeah, if you roll a 2, it's going to be a 5.
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember what okay, a 7 to 9. Okay, so it's like if I roll a 2 or a 3, I'm doomed. Okay. Yeah, I'll go ahead and roll clean on this. Let's see.
He
What is
kind of
the
and was not meant to know.
Yep. Okay, one moment. Uh, rolling 7. Jesus Christ.
Cutting it close. That's a 7. You're going to add a clue. There is going to be a complication.
Yep.
First to bump it up to a 10 if you like to, but you're not.
I
Exactly.
think I'll take
Strong
the
mind.
complication.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
all can use a verse of prophecy, and I'll undo it if we
Mhm.
need that.
And you can do you could do that for every. So you could do like that once for each person or 3 times for one
I can
person.
do it 3 times total.
Okay, cool. So there's no restrictions on that.
Yeah, just each time I do it, I check a box, and then once I've done it 3 times, I get an XP, and it's gone, and I can't do it no more.
Great. Oh boy. Mm, mm. Well, that would that here? Let's see.
The clue is a pipe wrench in the study.
Oh boy, would that be here? I don't think it's here. But it could be a thing. Yeah, that could be that's a definitely a thing. Great. So yeah, ooh, that's bad. Let's do that. Okay, what clue is it? What clue is it? Getting ahead of myself.
Okay, so there was an 8% chance, a 1 out of 12 or 13 roughly. Chance of botching that roll.
Yeah, yeah. So examining the hollowed person of some whatever kind it is, their hands and feet are in that bucket and their head. Um, and definitely as you examine the torso that remains, this scooped out torso, like a weird haute cuisine kind of arrangement. Um, you couple things. You see that it was kind of in the process, something was emerging from it as it was cut open. And there's like too much flesh, I think. So like as stuff was out, it was being cut away,
Yeah.
and explains why there are multiple buckets with stuff in them.
Ooh.
And you see at some point the edges of where the cuts were are kind of blackened, like
Cauterized.
necrotic kind of.
Uh,
That's like where they had stopped, like spewing flesh, basically. Um, and kind of from what you know of this kind of thing, you can tell that once that happened, would you dig in the bucket for further information?
yeah, I think you would do that.
Yeah. I think you notice that the edges of the severed limbs and neck are also black and necrotic, and that careful, methodical cuts have been made on one of the legs. And each one has turned black as well, and they're like different lengths. And you see the first one, what you assume is the first one, because it is the most rotten, um, is taped over with a little bandage that has a smiling icon of "Get well soon."
Oh.
Capital W, capital S. Um, someone here, apparently one of the cults, the cult of Get Well Soon, uh, either thought they were being cute or trying to revive it with supplication to their god. Clearly did not work. But yeah, that is your clue. A festering necrotic wound taped over with a smiling icon of Get Well Soon.
Oof. I got
So
a clue, everybody.
you and Hugh downstairs in the theater, and everyone else was upstairs, right? So you and Grover, right?
Hmm?
Did
Me and Grover are definitely down there. I don't know if Sir is still down there.
did
I
Zeph
mean,
Friend go down, or did they stick up?
that I don't know.
So there's downstairs that is the theater,
Yeah.
and then upstairs is the bucket of body parts that Hugh is digging through.
No.
The gallery that looks over the theater.
Oh, the gallery. Yeah, I think Ren is like maybe in the gallery and is like not really wanting to get super close.
With Rose and Valerie.
Ren is like, this place is cursed. We shouldn't be here.
We shouldn't have come here to begin with. Why are we staying?
Well, we could now, before we split, because we do have to answer the 2-clue question to unlock the next one. And we have 2 clues. Well, 3 clues now, right?
And so it's a good opportunity for a freewheeling discussion.
It is. However, keep in mind,
Finally, we're all together.
not that I think this will discourage us at all, because we encourage complications. If we solve the first one, we all take a condition that will cause other characters to be interested in us until we solve the next question, which will remove the condition.
Mhm.
So if we solve the first question, we will take a condition that cannot be removed in any way except solving the second question.
Oh, I don't like that.
You know,
And did I get I feel bad asking this. Did I get a condition out of trying to get that clue, or is the
no, but you did get a complication.
Okay.
Sebastian, while Hugh was poking around in the guts,
Oh, no.
what were you up to?
The doctor person has left now, right? They left us to our own
Yeah.
devices.
They're not like we can say that you could have grabbed them on the way out, but
No, I didn't want to.
Yeah.
more
they're like,
sure they
"Well,
were-
you're good, you're done.
them being gone is good. If they were here, I might be a little more like, I gotta get the fuck away from this person who just. I'm still not sure how I got on this table, and that's a bit disconcerting. I don't remember anything. Suddenly, I was here on the table. So I think I'm still just kind of recovering and taking everything in and seeing what it. So I think I'll probably taking a breath. I was probably watching
Mhm.
Hugh's investigation, see what came about that, and made sure.
And you're a little bit disoriented from coming out from under anesthetic, I guess. And so you're not sure if it's real or not when you see the door open behind Hugh, and someone with jet black hair and an intricate tapestry of prayer mark tattoos enter behind them and start to look over Hugh's shoulder as they examine the cuts on the leg.
I definitely think I would immediately speak up and be like, pardon me, can we help you with something, sir? Matt, can I tell a sir person?
It looks like it's a they.
Can we help you with something? My friend Hugh is conducting a sanctioned investigation. Please don't interfere. That's my way of trying to both address the person and warn Hugh without being like, Hugh, weirdo behind you. You know.
And they put their hand on Hugh's shoulder in a way that does not startle you, and just kind of like makes a little.
That doesn't startle Hugh, right?
Yeah. It's not like comforting or anything. It's just like, oh, there's a hand on my shoulder now, instead of like, fuck, there's a hand on my shoulder. Yeah, they just lean and they like almost whisper in your ear, like,
No.
where do you draw the line with something like that? Seems a bit extreme, doesn't it?
Let's see. And should Hugh just answer that honestly, or like?
You can answer it however you like.
Yeah, okay. I didn't know if this was some sort of mind control thing.
No.
Yeah, and I think, am I going to react with alarm now that somebody is talking in my ear, or is that somehow?
The stop was
assuaged?
it was just like unnervingly natural.
Oh, sure. So I think in that context, Hugh is just kind of like shaking his head and muttering, I know, right? That's the job. And then continuing to muck through the buckets and things.
Is it apparent this person, like, is it obvious at all to me who they are? Like, am I like, oh, this is another wax and scrivener person, or?
They're definitely not a wax and scrivener person. They if you, I don't know if you were the one that saw them when Grover went out. It's the person that was watching you in the gallery through the door.
Oh no.
Is this person a side character?
They are not a side character.
There goes my idea.
They are an agent. Yeah, how does you two, how do you react to this?
I'm looking, remembering what I can do.
I think they like kind of lean in further and like slide their hand around Hugh's shoulder with like their face like up against your cheek and like almost lean into you a little bit.
Uh,
Start like tracing a line on your hand and like
oh no.
there's I mean to answer that question, you'd have to start with all the little decisions we make every day in the course of our business. What sacrifices do we make? What sacrifices do we allow other people to make on our behalf?
Oh,
And
I think can you start responding to that?
oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
And yeah, and I think as he's continuing to check things over, it's like you're looking for a system here, and where there are people reckoning with the gods, you can look really close. Like I can look really close at all the details of this here uh hollowed thing and find little bits here and there. But if you do that, then what is it? The whole thing disappears. And so yeah, you can start with looking at the little details, but then you're just looking at details, and the whole shape of someone's character doesn't kind of slips through your hands. It all becomes smoke.
Or sand.
Oh yeah.
We
Yeah,
draw
yeah.
lines in the sand, they shift over and over again.
Why do they call it lines in the sand?
Mm.
Should be lines in stone or something, right? I think he's trying to. Could you hold this for a second?
A
Bit of
are you
goo
allowing
from a
it
bucket.
to stay like draped over your shoulder and like
I think, yeah, I think it is funnier if Hugh is not noticing or is like being cantankerous about something else, and in so doing, getting distracted from the actual threat.
and they turn their head just a little bit
Oh
and
no,
only you can hear it.
no.
Samuel, not a hollowed thing. They had a name, just like you do.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you know the deceased?
No.
His name's Samuel, guys.
Is he talking to you?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I should.
Ambiguous.
I think Ren kind of
pronunciation.
shuffles over and is like, "Oh God, I talked to this corpse, I guess."
Oh
I think
no.
I think Ren definitely like kneels down next to the. Is it a bucket?
So there's a
It's
gurney.
not in a bucket. I think I've just been imagining it in a bucket.
There's a torso on the gurney that's kind of like hollowed out like a bread bowl, basically. And then
Oh,
their arms and legs and head and other various assorted removed bits are in a few buckets at the base of the gurney.
okay. Yeah, I think Ren kneels down to the head bucket.
Mhm.
It's like, well, you're among friends here. If you have anything you need to say. So I'm gonna use my move, talk to corpses.
Interesting.
Straightforward, I thought.
Let me take a look exactly what where
It's
is
kind
it?
of I talked to the wrong corpse.
It's always fun when we cause like unexpected complications.
Is this the Maiden's Embrace?
Uh,
Yes, Made in the Brace. You speak
Yes.
with corpses as if they were side characters.
Yes.
Yeah, I think Rin misunderstood Hugh and thought that the corpse started talking and was like,
Yeah.
I
"Oh
mean, that's definitely
fuck,
what-
now I have a job."
That is definitely what it sounded like the way
It
you
did
said
sound
it.
like it.
Um,
Rin is also kind of ignoring the dude.
what are you afraid will happen when the corpse speaks to you?
I mean, I'm afraid that I need to take it somewhere. And I will have to undermine the orders of my superiors
You're
and do that.
afraid of that?
I'm so afraid. No, but I think
outcome.
the worst. No, I'm trying to figure out something that like Ren would actually be afraid of. I do think Ren is like, oh, I don't have time for this.
I do like the I don't want another side hustle.
But I do think Rin really doesn't want to be in this place, and I worry that.
What if he has to be somewhere else on the premises of
Yeah,
the
that's
clinic?
it. That's what I was
Oh,
getting at.
no.
Yeah, I think that he needs to be taken. Like I think I'm
Deeper
worried that
into
he
the
needs to
thing.
be taken deeper into this. That is a more dangerous place.
It's worse than that.
How?
He needs to be taken to a different research institute.
Great. Yeah. Another one. Great. Wonderful.
Fortunately, this is a roll with communion.
Oh, that's the one I have.
Yeah, you got that. So that's 2 dice plus 3, unless you want to use something for it.
What could go wrong?
Sorry, 2 dice.
Mm-hmm.
The top one. Oh wait, no, 2 dice plus
Plus your
3. What could go wrong?
Booyah.
Nothing at all.
Suspense is killing.
Okay. Sorry, I accidentally named myself my role name, so we had to undo that.
Oh, yeah.
Can't have that.
Mhm.
It.
Woo! Good thing that would have been bad.
It's okay. We could have undone it with a verse of prophecy.
Oh, true.
But we might not have. We keep keeping you from doing your good stuff.
So the head opens its eyes.
Right.
When you talk to corpses, is it like, do they physically like animate and speak, or is it like something that only you can see?
I mean, I talked to, was it Lucius? And I mean, they were kind of smushy
Hmm.
at that time. Yeah, I think they do animate, and people can see them animate, but they can't hear the words. Only I can hear the words.
I think we just hear.
Yeah, I think people hear whispers, and I'm like, oh, okay,
We hear gurgling.
all right. Yeah, I think people hear gurgles, and I hear words. Ugh, that's so gross. I love it. Oh, bunny, why? Being bit on the butt by a
No.
bunny.
Rin's doing corpse puppetry again.
Open up. Or its eyelids open.
Oh,
It
no.
moves.
Sorry, I thought that's what you wanted me to do.
And it opens its mouth as if it's screaming. There's nothing attached to the larynx, so not even gurgles come out. You can feel like hear like the sort of like wet pat of the larynx working a little bit.
Ugh.
No sound comes out, which is unusual for you. You don't even hear anything in your head.
What
And
barrel?
I think the or you don't hear it.
Could I mark a fate also to make this my responsibility to get Samuel where he needs to be?
Oh, Samuel's not dead.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, fuck.
I think that becomes immediately apparent to you when you do.
Yeah, I think I'm like, oh. Yeah, okay, that's what Ren understands, that he's
How-
not dead.
Yeah, what's your reaction to that? How do you feel about that?
Horrified.
Horrified as a condition, then.
Yeah,
Oh, and
I
I
think
think-
Ren like backs up to like the wall. Maybe knocking who's whoever the weird agent is. I think Ren kind of like shoves him aside and is like scrambling to the wall.
They
And it's like,
without
no, 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 no,
like-
no, no.
Grab your upper arm and kind of steady you while they're still like.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm like, no, 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 no.
And I think that definitely catches Hugh's attention of just like, I don't think my character has seen this response out of Ren.
Yeah, usually Ren is like, dead people, whatever.
Yeah.
And you can see in their face that they are in incredible pain.
How do we kill it?
I want to see what Zeph is up to.
I think that is what Ren says though.
Uh,
Yeah. So sorry, we're in an operating theater.
Mhm.
Uh,
you may be down in the theater, or you may still be up in the gallery, whichever you decide you were.
yeah. Probably sticking with the group. I assume down in the actual theater.
Mhm.
I want to make a joke about being born for the stage, but it's not. I'm too tired for that. Okay, so I noticed the agent.
Oh yeah, they're very visible. They're just
Uh,
a person.
d- is anyone else alarmed, or like, am I alarmed, or is it just like, okay, there's a person there?
It's up to you. I think you are. If you are alarmed, you are less alarmed than you would normally be. But it's not like magical or anything. They're just like they kind of like just walked in with a confidence.
Mhm.
That immediately won over you.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, this is just another person that's supposed to be here, and just like immediately crept up on you.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think Zeph likes people getting too close to his team. I wonder. I mean, I don't have any move called back off. I'm a scientist, or back off. He's a scientist,
You
or
can just
back off. He's a librarian. I guess. Yeah. Are there other electric or mechanical objects in this environment?
Tell me, is this a modern operating theater, or it seemed like it was laid out like kind of like a ritual space almost. But if you want to say that there's mechanical and electrical stuff here, there are lights at least, so there's definitely something. There's electricity here.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Zeph wants to get a better look at this person, and I want to turn up the lights a little bit and ask this person to give us some space for our what did you call it, Heath? Official or sanctioned investigation.
Sanctioned investigation.
Yeah.
Are you trying to find like the light board, or are you doing this with the help of the Saint Electric?
Saint Electric.
Okay. Is that a move, or are you just gonna try and make it go?
Well, let's see.
When you channel the divine currents of Saint Electric,
Yeah, that's the one we've been using mostly for like doing things
yeah.
a little out of the ordinary. So yeah, I'll use one of my charges.
Great. Yeah, and the lights become very, very bright.
Yeah.
Bright as you like. And I think that kind of like breaks the not spell, but kind of like the closeness that the agent had with you. And they just kind of like stand up and smooth out their long they have like a they had like a it's like a black t-shirt, like a what do you call a wife beater that's not a wife beater?
Sleeveless tee.
Tank top, like a black tank top.
Oh
So
yeah.
you can see all the tattoos all over there, everything.
Hmm.
They kind of like stand up and smooth it out.
An undershirt.
Undershirt.
Are they are they prayer marks or?
Hmm. They are yeah, lots of different prayer marks, most of which you do not recognize. They're I think like Hugh and Sebastian probably recognize prayer marks from the Scrivener and the Watcher in there, but among many, many others, there are no sanctioned faith marks. And they can just kind of like look at each of you in turn and say, well, you are far more capable than the others give you credit for. I'll give you that.
I think he was just kind of like, yeah, that tracks.
Yeah.
What would you all like to do with this person kind of regarding you?
I missed a chunk before before they looked at each of us in turn. So the lights went up. I noticed this person was kind of creepily close to me, and
They
then
kind of like stand up. They have
brush themselves.
brush themselves off and just like, well, here we are.
Um,
You've been
well,
one step ahead of me some cases and one step behind others. So
I think Hugh is kind of disregarding this at this point and is going over to Ren. I'm just like, what happened? I'm just kind of like holding up a finger.
Samuel is still alive. I can't speak to him.
yes.
I think Hugh kind of crumples at that.
This is like Mog. This is worse than. How can this happen? How could she let this happen? I thought death was inevitable. I thought it was the only thing we were promised. She promised me that I could rest one day. And now I learned that there are ways. I learned that there are ways, there are those that escape her. I thought she eventually met all of us. But if she's not always going to be there, and she's not in this place, then what does it even matter? Why should I be literally carrying bodies for her? If she lets this happen.
And after a moment, you notice that the agent is crouched down next to you, and they kind of like put their hand on your chin and turn your head over to face them. And again, this doesn't feel like natural or creepy or anything. And they just like look at you and say, nothing is inevitable. And they pick up Samuel's head by the hair, accept progress, of course, and stands up with it.
No, I don't.
And it looks like they are making to leave with Samuel's head.
I think I would step up. I've been this whole time, Sebastian has been writing a scene in his head and debating whether or not he's been conflicted. He's like, this is a big scene. Perhaps the biggest scene I've ever written. Is it too much?
The whole time in the corner, this has been happening.
Please tell me that Sir asks that rhetorical question
It's time to
aloud.
try. So I think he steps up, and of course the team is very familiar with when he starts his basically his all the world's a stage.
Yeah, I
moment.
think Rin has their like face in their hands and is kind of crumpled, but then hears like
So he
starts to look up and is like,
Throat
right
clearing.
now?
in his large
Oh, yeah.
announcy theatrical voice, as the newfound stranger grabbed hold
I
of the decapitated head.
think he was just kind of like, oh, okay.
Yeah, okay. Well, places, everyone.
He realized that it wasn't at all what he thought, that this entire scene, the team, everything around him was not what he thought. For you see, I guess I could give everybody a part.
Mary, you get +1 no matter how many people
That's
participate. So if you just want to include one person, that's fine. But
Hugh had already been
Only Samuel.
writing the epitaph to poor Samuel, thinking that he deserved some final words after his
And
passing.
Hugh's just kind of wincing as this is religiously offensive to him. It's like,
He deserved
okay.
more than to be forgotten on a gurney in a pile of detritus. He deserved some peaceful final words. Zeph, cluing in to his teammates as they worked as one finely tuned machine, called on the Saint Electric to pull the lights down to a more appropriate level. In respect to the body in the corner, well, wasn't really such my body, but pieces thereof. Rin, who had experienced very disquieting horror, realized that it must have just been the effect that this horrible place had played on their psyche, because the truth of the matter was, Samuel was long since dead and at peace. He was not in pain. Whatever happens after we move on had happened to him long ago, and this was indeed an empty and long since dead detritus of a body, and that's all it was.
let's roll with its presence. Yes.
And then +1 for my friends participating in the scene.
Assuming everyone played their parts.
Grudgingly, but yes.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, even with all that, an 8.
Oh,
So we're all disappointments now.
disappointments.
Everyone gets a
Unless-
disappointment. Unless you do a verse.
Unless, hold on, I'm curious. I don't even know if I can undo my own verse. I don't know. I gotta check out that move. I'm like, I don't know if I can.
When a fellow custodian.
That's what I thought. It would be weird
Oh,
to do it to
no.
myself. So I could just mark a prophecy, or not prophecy.
Ooh, you've only got 2 verses of history left. Yikes.
Oh, wait, I have like a, no, I think mine's for your final one.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's because all I've been marking is verses of history. I still
Yeah.
have all my verses of prophecy.
When a verse of prophecy is marked to avoid death, I can take it. But
Oh,
sorry,
that is not the case here.
not disappointment, which is worse than death.
So anyone who is helping takes the disappointment, including.
Yep.
But what detail from the world is now true? Or what detail about the performance is now true?
The main reason for all this is seeing Rin's horror and such distraught that, like, the reason he was conflicted, but he realized that he thinks the right thing to do is for Samuel Samuel is dead and at peace.
Cool.
It is just a dead body now.
Everyone put your attention. Great. Was Zeph part of that as well?
Mhm.
Yeah. Sorry, disappointed on there. Yeah. So
You know what?
you,
I don't know why I'm feeling this. Maybe dumb, but I'm just feeling something about this scene being so important to me. I do think I'm going to mark a verse of history to bump it up a level.
Wow.
no disappointments then.
You.
And you can mark either one of those if you like.
Flashback to the event which made me step away from my faith. Interesting. I want that. I will narrate it now. It's been so many times I want to step away from it.
Oh, before you do that, let me say what would have happened before you.
Oh,
mark.
all right,
Oh.
sure.
Oh.
The thing is true about Samuel. Ren hears his voice, and we'll get to what exactly he says afterwards. And I think as you finish the scene, you see one of the tattoos on the agent's shoulder kind of it doesn't visibly animate, but that's the impression that you get. And you see that it is one that is like a newspaper that is ripped in half, prayer mark kind of abstractly showing that. And I think it's hard to tell if you feel it or kind of hear the Watcher's wings flapping um, discontentedly as he basically you would know this god as the critic, and he delivers a scathing review of your performance. It's
This
still
is before I marked it up.
yeah, before you mark it. It still works, but I think you would be marking some other condition as well. But let's see it.
Yeah, and I think this is all connected. I think now this is why Sebastian felt the need because he felt the production starting to go south. He's like, no, I can't be a disappointment again. And he flashed back to this is probably a few years into his tenure with the Watcher, and he had narrated a scene like he does so often, and the Watcher was disappointed, and that was the point. This was probably like the 5th time in a row he had tried to narrate a scene, and the Watcher was disappointed in this flashback. And that's when he was just like, that's it. I've had it. I can't. Obviously, the Watcher's path is not for me. He's never going to be satisfied with anything I ever do. I can't do any better than this. What I just narrated is the best I can narrate. This path is obviously not for me. And I think he went and he left the theater. And he left, and I think he just went to the nearest city for a while and started like took a job, probably just in a diner. He didn't really have any skills to speak of.
Doing corporate improv.
No, because he's giving up theater in this flashback. He's like, I'm done. I'm not.
Corporate improv.
I don't want anything. And so I think in his time working at the diner, he would sort of try to still use his people skills to talk to other people of different faiths to sort of find out like, oh, which faith might I want to follow? Now that I'm done with the fucking Watcher, fuck him. Now this Saint Electric maybe. Oh, just tell me about the Wax and Scrivener. And then I think one of the most famous touring actors who he always looked up to came into the diner one night, and he's like, "Oh my God, you know, you're a name that's not coming to me because my brain's not working this evening. Name of famous actor in this world." So, it's like, "You're him. Oh my God, I I I I used to yes, I used to be in theater myself, but I kind of gave it up. And I think the actor, his name is Jack. His name is Jack Lawrence. Jack, is that a real person? That's not a real person, is it? Jack Lawrence.
Jack Palance.
Jack Palance. He's like, you're wait, you're Sebastian Skelton, right? Yeah, yes, you know me. He's like, well, yes. Last year, when I was touring with the production of The Wheat and the Chaff, we had a few days off, and I came to see the show that you directed, and it was marvelous. I loved your show. In fact, I told everyone about it who was here, and I told them, you know, why we had this one more day off. They should all come see it, and then the next night we all packed the house. And they continued to converse about that whole exchange, and Bastion definitely took that as a sign of like, well, it is what I'm supposed to be doing. This is a sign. And he immediately, I think, actually didn't even finish his shift. He walked out with Jack, and they went and had drinks and told theater stories for the rest of the night. And with that, he was back in under the Watcher's wing.
Nice. So in that case, if you already had disappointment, you can clear that, and everyone who helped can have the condition inspired. May take the condition inspired.
If you want.
If you want.
I'm inspired and horrified. This will go well.
Insporified.
Insporified.
So Ren, when
Now this body is dead.
now this body is dead and still and now talking to you,
Now it's talking to me. Now I have a job, right?
and now
Fuck.
it is not only screaming with its mouth, but it can communicate his unbelievable pain to you.
Oh no.
And I think it kind of like deafens your brain for a second, until you give him some sign that you can understand him.
Yeah, yeah.
What is that sign?
I think I slap him.
And the
It's over.
whereas the flesh was kind of like room temperature and rubbery, maybe a little bit warm. You can tell like this is I mean, still room temperature, I guess, but relatively cold. Like it feels like you're smacking a steak. It's definitely dead flesh at this point. And you hear their voice, and they are still like in a panic, but they can communicate with you clearly. And they're basically just like,
I mean, breathe. I mean, not breathe, but it's
Fearfully
over.
breathe.
it's over.
It's
They
It's over.
they
it's
worked
over.
so long. They brought me back so many times. They cut into me over and over and over again, and
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for what they did. I can't make that better. But if you tell me where you want to go, I can take you there.
So it sounds like you're giving comfort to the dying.
Yes.
So that's gonna be a roll with communion.
Yeah, I think their faith was very much shaken, and then now it's like, even though that reality, it wasn't a reality, I think this like makes it feel like, oh, I have to do this. I need to make sure this gets where it needs to be.
And you are horrified, so let's make that roll with disadvantage. So 3 dice, bottom 2, plus
3 dice, bottom 2, plus 3. Is there anything that makes sense to use? Like a healing leech?
Yep, inspire.
I don't have any. I have some dirt. Why does it just say dirt? It just says dirt. One of my items is just dirt.
You can also just burn your inspired that you just got too.
Oh yeah, let me burn that inspired. Yeah, I want this.
Cool. So Sir Bastion's words have calmed you a little bit.
Yeah, I think I feel like weirdly zealous and convicted, and even though like I was like I think this is like something I can do amidst a lot of uncertainty, and so I'm gonna overdo it.
Great.
So
So
two
2 dice plus 3.
2 dice plus 3.
Nothing can go wrong.
Nothing can
Yeah, I'm sure he won't ask for anything weird. Oh no.
Jesus Christ.
We are all.
Yeah. I cannot roll today.
Right now,
I rolled a 1 and a 3, which luckily got bumped up to a 7.
7. So on a hit, you can clear a relevant condition. So you can clear horrified if you want. And
Oh, okay.
Which would make sense since you can
Yeah.
now actually communicate with the dead.
Yeah, now that I feel like I can do something.
and I think
Or you can
as
clear
you-
inspired.
I think when you say it is over, like you can feel them become a piece. Like they don't have anywhere to go.
No.
You can like you can kind of feel like they were here because they didn't have anything else going on, nowhere else to go, no one to turn to. But now you've given them peace and they can die.
Yeah, I think Ren just does their little ritual of like placing the pieces. I think Ren gets all the little pieces and places them on the gurney and like pulls off one of the scarves and like says the words. I even have my words. Where's my words? Yeah, I was like, this is the place. This has always been the place. We were always walking towards this moment. We were always waiting for you here. The soil will swallow you. The roots will tear at you. Foxes and flies will bear you away. There's nothing left to hold on to. There's nowhere left to go. There's no need to worry anymore. And I think by the end, like Ren has got tears streaming down their face. And it's kind of like was upright and is now like kind of leaning over.
Mhm. Did you try to take the head?
Oh, he's got the head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The head.
Yeah. I tried to take the head.
What
I
do you-
think I do this like and then realize, oh, there wasn't a head, and then look over and get that and see the head. And it's
Okay.
like, oh, I'm gonna get this too.
I was
What do you-
hoping that maybe if he was dead, he wouldn't be interested in the head anymore.
Still good for research. What are you afraid will happen if he doesn't let go?
Well, I am gonna have to fight him then.
Mm.
I may have to mark a fate and fight this man.
All right.
I may have to go full carpenter.
We
I
Ah.
think Ren is upset.
got your back. You start
Uh,
throwing hands, I'm right there with you.
This is going to be a vitality roll.
Yes. I don't have any of that. But I do have a shovel.
You do have a shovel.
Yeah! Yeah! Whack him upside the head
So
with a
I think
shovel.
I unfold my camping shovel. Yeah.
Great. Let's make that roll with advantage.
Like I think it's like a one that some extends. It's like
If you like take your time and just like,
yeah, I think that Rand just like slowly puts together, yeah, like just and I think Sebastian knows what's happening and is like, oh no. I've only seen this shovel go back together once before. And it was over a parking spot. That's why we don't let Ren drive.
cool, that's 3 dice. Take the top 2.
Yeah, fucking hell.
If you can get the first good roll of the game.
That would be nice. It would be nice.
Oh, there you go.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
An 8. So that is success with the complication. So you do get the head away from him. I think they are startled when you
Yeah.
like, what is happening here? And I think it's the
Aw.
first time you've seen them kind of like lose their composure a little bit.
Oh no.
And just as a reminder, in case you don't want a complication, you could bump it up with a verse and I'll undo it.
That's true. And I think
I do love the idea though of Sebastian also stepping in because they see that Ren is like, oh fuck. I have no idea what's going on, but it's something serious.
um
With beekeeper hat on still, like this has not come off my face. I need to remind everyone I've been wearing a beekeeper's hat this whole time.
Ren, before you joined up with a maiden, how did you feel about death and or dead people like before getting with the maiden?
I had seen it as unfortunate reality, and I had seen lots of my parents made sure that I saw the sacrifices that had to be made at the bank.
Mhm.
So I felt numb and dissociated and yeah, not non-feeling about them, but was familiar with them.
Um, and so they kind of, they surprised and let you take the head to finish your thing with. When you're all done, they just walk to the operating room door, put their hand on it, and just as they're opening it, they look over directly at Ren and says, I heard a rumor that you were indifferent to the dead, and walks out. And you're going to take the condition indifferent. And I think when they say that, you feel that sort of like numbing of emotion come over you.
Yeah, and it's been a long time since I felt that. I think that
Feels like you were like watching a sacrifice when you were a kid.
yeah, it feels back like when I was a kid, and I thought I had resensitized myself and rehumanized myself.
Yeah, and that all just drains away as he walks out, as they walk out.
That's gonna be unfortunate for him when I kick his ass.
Let's take a little break here. Let's go till top of the hour, I guess. 10 minutes.
Sounds good.
Right. See you in 10.
See you in 10.
So when I change reality like that, does the rest of the team know I just changed it, or is it now just like that's just always been the way it is?
It's just how it is. Yeah, I think they knew. I think people know it's changed. That's the impression I get.
Yeah, it makes me feel, remember, like in the, this isn't spoilery, but in the podcast, like thinking one of the things about a reality god, they were like, oh yeah, we lost a month there somewhere. Like just kind of, we noticed something is off, but I don't think we knew what it was before. Is that it?
Yeah, y'all know the scene you just did, but I guess you don't know any part of that scene. Maybe was different before and is.
We'll play.
Yeah, I was like, oh, we were just at a scene,
You
but
just
I'm not
describe
sure.
what happens. Yeah, what is real? Yeah, of course.
Before this scene, you didn't know how to write.
um, yeah. So I feel like we're done with the operating theater at this point.
No more scenes in the
You're
theater.
hang out if you want to. But I think this is
Oh,
all.
I will. I got some ass to whoop.
Do you want to go after the agent? Although
I think that yes.
I feel like you're kind of numbed from what they told you, but it's up to you.
Yeah, I feel like I'm very numbed. And so I put my shovel back together,
Mhm.
but I just kind of follow them.
Mhm.
Not to accost them, but just to like be, could this count as defying the orders of my, yeah, I just want to talk.
There it is.
I feel like it could. Anyway. Yeah, I'm just gonna like kind of follow close behind him.
hmm.
Like the maiden in reverse.
I think they're just confidently walking out, kind of pushing past people out the front door, and we'll continue to walk across the parking lot if you want to finish. I mean, if you want to keep following them, it's up to you.
Yes.
All right. What is everyone else doing while following their friend?
I really want one more clue. I'm looking for clues. Because if we get one more clue, we can solve the first two questions and not have to take that condition when we do it.
Mm.
So close.
If Ren is following, I will follow Ren.
Excellent. I think when you get to the waiting room, when I think when you get to the waiting room and they're kind of pushing through, not pushing through, kind of just like walking through the people waiting there. Um, someone calls you by name in the waiting room. Ren.
Mm.
Ren. I was wondering if I could have a word.
Yeah, I think Brenda's very surprised, but also turns to them.
This is an older gentleman.
Please don't be a child with your
That's
mouth wide open.
Older gentleman. A dress shirt that has some stains on it. Has a nice little cane. He says, Ren, I wonder if I could, and they have like waves his cane over to you. I wonder if I could have a word with you for a moment.
I'm busy.
Oh, this won't take but a moment, I promise. Bring your friend as well. He points his cane at.
Oh, hi, Zeph.
Are we letting that guy get away? Who is that guy? Who's this guy?
Ah, I'm Reverend Tooth.
Oh, I'm gonna keep following. Why don't you talk with Zeph? Can Rin just keep following, but maybe I mean like Zeph, you can decide what
And
you want to do.
he reaches in the pocket of his jacket and kind of like holds up the bandage that you were wearing, in the parking lot, and says, "I wanted to speak with you about pain."
Oh,
No.
I think that Rin, this like bothers Rin because Rin is like thinks that he knows that they are feeling indifferent right now.
Hmm.
Pain.
Yes, pain. There's so much of it in
Well,
the world, don't you agree?
I do. I think it's important.
So much.
Without feeling the pain, we cannot feel the joy.
Exactly.
Without living the life, we cannot die the death.
Yes. It's so carelessly inflicted, don't you think? And so many people just ignore it. They look away. They're indifferent to it.
Wow.
Even worse, they flinch from it, especially when they look in the mirror and see it in themselves. No better than cattle going to the slaughterhouse, don't you think?
Yeah, my parents always did tell me, without their many, many flaws, they said that we did need to look directly at
Yes.
what we were built on. At least we didn't look away.
To witness it alone in yourself, free of distractions, that's to know revelation, don't you agree? Just like the solitude of monks in ancient times in their cells.
Right. In a way, yeah, I think it's important to be able to feel things.
Yes. You feel the pain of others, do you not?
I I don't know if it's their pain or mine, but I do feel it.
Pain shared. An infinite amount of pain you could inflict on others and feel it yourself. Truly divine.
I mean, it's not really great day to day, but it is better than the numbness that was before.
And
Yes, I was looking directly at it, but I wasn't feeling anything. Now I'd look directly at it. And yes, sometimes the feeling is overwhelming, but it is feeling.
this one, come closer. Points to Zeph with his cane. He puts his hand out. Let me see your hands.
Okay. What is
Are you wearing gloves or anything? Or
not right now.
um, I think he takes one of your hands and kind of like tucks his cane under his arm, and like holds them and turns them over, and there's a slight blackening under the fingernails, scar under the skin here and there. You feel the touch of your God running through you. What does it feel like?
Uh, you know, I don't usually think about it.
You don't meditate
It's just,
on your own pain?
uh, no.
Hmm.
I meditate on on getting things done.
Uh, what does getting things done entail for you and your God?
I don't think you really want to see that uh,
You
up
can't
close.
the things I've seen.
Uh,
You feel like he's,
Getting things done.
and you can feel kind of like digging his thumbnails into your palms a little bit.
Mhm. Stop.
Ah,
Not
my
that.
apologies.
That's weird.
A
That's
habit
weird.
of mine.
Oh, yeah. Yes, that's a weird habit.
Hmm.
Um, so who's your god?
Oh,
And why do you know why we're here?
he just holds up his hand. The five aspects of pain. The unenlightened call them snuff gods, but I feel that is crude.
So I shouldn't call them snuff gods.
Call them what you like, it does not change their nature.
Hmm.
Witnessing your own pain is truly a path to the divine, but inflicting it upon others and witnessing that is indescribable.
Hmm.
I'm sure you've seen some of our work here already.
Are you in charge here?
No, nobody's in charge here, my friend. We
Why do I ask?
making inroads, I assure you. There are other false faiths who think that their way will lead to the greatest amount of good. Some by alleviating the suffering, but it's my belief that we lean into it a little bit. It'll be so much better for everyone involved, don't you think?
No,
Hmm.
I don't. I mean, hey, I took the same intro to philosophy class that you did. So, like, I know some people say that to really know a person, you have to see them under extraordinary circumstances. Uh, but I think that, uh, extraordinary circumstances like pain. But I think that you really get to know people and what they're made of in their day-to-day lives.
Hmm.
That what they do with their life is a sort of meditation all by itself.
I don't believe that you can really get to know someone unless you get under their skin.
Is this one of those things where you're like confessing to a crime?
Confessing. Profess. And a crime, is it really a crime to exalt in the divine? If it were, wouldn't we all be guilty and thus deserving of punishment?
uh, uh, what what's the right answer to that to get me out of this conversation?
He shoots a glance at Ren.
I no,
Oh, I think Red
that's
has
like
started to
what
wander away already. I think
yeah
like
what
kind of Ren kind of like looked like felt kind of dazed a little bit after, but like once Dr. Tooth or whatever his name is locked onto Zeph, like Ren was like, oh, I'm following this guy.
um, Ren, we're not done with you yet. I wanted to invite you and your friends to participate in a ceremony.
Still walking,
Perhaps,
keeping
perhaps
walking.
we could bring back some of what you have lost.
I think Red stops, slowly turns around.
I can tell, and he sniffs
How could you have known what I have lost?
he licks the bandage. I understand your suffering like no one else can.
Does he
This,
say my little brother's name?
your little brother.
Hank. I think it was Hank. Like the first
Mm.
sacrifice to my brother Hank. I think.
Ooh. Um,
I think that's where Ren's mind went, was like, how could you know?
yeah. Um, does that
Or
spring to,
maybe he says something that only Hank would have said.
oh, what would that
Can you
be?
feel that? Or I think he says, don't fly away, Ren.
Mm.
And that just like stops Ren.
Does Ren say anything?
I think Ren says Hank.
Hank? A brother? A sister? A brother? And he looks at Zeph.
Okay, now I'm being cold red.
He looks at Zeph and says, many of us have lost siblings, have we not?
Oh, Probably.
Yeah. Statistically speaking, yeah.
And you see that there's a drop of blood on his thumbnail. And he sucks it. Mm. You don't know.
Oh, I have do I have a little cut in my palm?
Mhm.
Mhm.
He puts out his hand to both of you again. I invite you to the ceremony. There may be some things of interest that can be revealed. I'm sure bring your
Okay.
friends. Everyone has things that can show themselves under the right circumstances.
It does sound like Sebastian's kind of party.
Okay. Well, I don't know what you're talking about, but it's interesting.
Well, if you can. I'm also curious.
Meet us in the garden at nightfall. I look forward to getting to know all of you better.
Super vague, man. Got it.
And he turns and leaves.
How much of our blood do you think he's going to take?
Probably
This
a lot
ritual.
of it.
Okay.
A lot of
Yeah.
yours.
Sebastian and Hugh, what have you been up to while this has been happening?
Searching for clues.
So we just had the dead body, newly dead body there.
Yeah, I think we've exhausted the clues and the operating.
Yeah, no, and
That
I
is
figured.
entirely fair.
I mean, I figured.
Look at the left arm.
I figured basically like making my way back out, like we're going to leave, but looking for clues on the way out. You know, in other side rooms where everything
Oh, you're looking
bears investigation. Was that?
Can you roll a 1 6-sided die for me?
I cannot. I'm sorry.
That's just not
Never,
no way to
never,
have
I mean, I can.
never a good
No, okay.
thing.
Oh, I accidentally added 4.
That's
So it's
okay.
a 4.
One of the rooms you pass grabs your attention. There's the door is open and you can hear kind of like a murmuring. There's a group of people who look very tired, as if they've been attending someone for quite some time. And they are looking up a few feet above the bed, where an old woman floats. Her face is glowing, both like emotionally and maybe a little bit actually. She is in rapture and just laughing gleefully, and just kind of. Do you remember? Did you watch Battlestar Galactica with the Cylons and the tubs that just kind of like? She's kind of doing that. She's kind of like recounting, like it's just half nonsense and half poetry and half like memories of when life was good for her, and everyone is kind of like looking up at her, waiting to see what she says next, and she's just jabbering
Are
about.
these all, as far as I can tell, are they medical personnel or just like all
It
civilian?
looks like they're probably family who've been like. It looks like they've been like sitting there waiting for her to die for a long time, or get better, but probably die. And this, I think she's like she actually like you saw her lift off the bed when you passed, and that's when she started doing this.
Just
I
my
think Hugh has been just talking Sebastian's ear off about something asinine and hasn't noticed this yet.
I think without blinking an eye, just because he's Sebastian, this is what naturally comes out. He's like, Dr. Skeleton here. Is there anything I can do?
Oh no.
There's a paint the scene question for you as well,
Okay.
and for Hugh, I guess if you're there. How do you know that this is only one of many such scenes taking place even now in other rooms of the clinic?
Like similar scenes to the elevate and glow and recite things? That's a thing that's going
Or
on.
just miraculous, weird things.
Oh, okay.
What do you see here that kind of indicates
Oh,
that?
cool. Let's see here.
I think there's like on the wall there's like a map of sorts.
Mhm.
Like like you'd see in a clinic, like you're here and here's how to get to the different operating theater. And this room seems to be part of us. There's a series of rooms that seem identical to this, like same shape, laid
Mhm.
out. So assume probably all used for the same types of purposes of whatever this one is going on.
And I think Hugh sees a clinician kind of ambling down the hallway, and she peers in and notices it and just kind of nods expressionlessly, pulls out a device with several clickers, kind of looks over, clicks the appropriate one, pops it back into her pocket, keeps making the round.
Amazing. So you're going in and introducing yourself as a doctor?
Yeah. Why? I don't know. It's what happened.
It's Dr. Sebastian to you.
Sir, doctor, sir.
Interesting.
And I think Hugh is just completely caught off guard. Just you're what?
That's just I'm looking for clues, and my natural
And I think
inclination is to play a role.
I started following you into the room, and then you announced that you were a doctor in my mind. It's just
This is
like,
my intern, Sir Hugh Harrow.
hi.
Um, I think you see, as you get closer, um, there is a pin on the old woman's medical gown. It's a cloud pin, kind of like what's his
Mm.
Phineas head.
Mm.
Um, and you can see that some of the relatives there are kind of mouthing something along with her, but not the same thing that she's saying. And some others are like frantically scribbling. There are like five of them there. Two others are like frantically scribbling something in notepads. I think one of the ones that had been scribbling kind of stops and looks up at you and says, "There's nothing you can do now."
Interesting, mate. Can I look at your notes for the research on the file to keep the records?
Of course.
Well, thank you.
And they show you it, and it is a notepad full of dates and like accident reports, um, like things that they don't like about the room, just a series of like accidents that have happened either in the hospital or outside, just like dozens and dozens of pages of like bad news, basically.
Hugh finds himself reaching for the sheet and it's like,
Just-
no, can't tear up there.
Nope. I think I find. Is there a blank sheet in this notebook?
Yeah, there's still room at the end.
I write down some random bullshit real quick, just like July 4th. That's when the blimp crashed into the steeple, and I tear it off and I give it to Hugh.
Oh no. Oh no. Is this like when I tried to talk to the dead guy and then you're like, wow, this is how
I'm
you
just
found
like,
that's dead?
I'm
This is
just
how we
trying
found
to
out this
hey,
paper
tear,
is
tear
haunted.
this up. Tear this up. Here, have fun.
Do you tear it up, Hugh? Oh, and is Grover with you? I guess.
Oh God. Oh no.
You should.
I think Grover perhaps walks in at this point. He was like lagging us a little bit and has no idea what's going on.
Does Hugh take the paper, and if so, do you destroy it?
I think he's about to tear it up and then he just like hands it off to Grover. It's like,
Grover looks
you
at it
pro-
gleefully. He's like, "For me, yes."
Can you just go into the hall and take care of this, Grover?
Meanwhile, back to the person whose pad this is like,
Um,
is this all things she's said? Is that where all these notes came from?
No, this is the opposite. She's exalting in the um, in the silver lining, and we're attempting to bring her home.
What?
What are you afraid might happen? What are you afraid might happen in the real world to the things that you wrote down in the book?
Wait, I just wrote down one thing. Is that you talking?
Yeah.
So I think you're talking about things that I wrote.
Oh, so what did you write first off?
I wrote 1962 city name. Why I can never come up with city names in this game, I don't know. um, blimp crashes into steeple of local church.
Fantastic. Yeah, so what are you afraid will happen when when it could be worse takes your words to heart?
um,
Oh, no.
Those are all capital. It could be worse. That is their God.
It could be worse. Is the God here?
The
Oh
less
my God.
because of the silver lining.
that I just wiped out a town of people because the blimp was full of some kind of very combustible chemical of such
Mm.
and exploded, killing everyone in
The
the.
Great Glotch Firestorm of
Yeah.
1962.
And I think it's worse than that.
Killed everyone in the world.
Because of that, there are follow-up effects that have kind of been rippling through the world since that happened and are just about to catch up to you. This is a roll with communion.
Oh, communion shit. I know I was dealing with some gods here because
Yeah, could be
well, at
worse.
least hey, could be worse. I could have not bumped my communion up to 0. That certainly would have been worse. Hold on, I'm just taking a look. I need to keep track every now and then, make sure I still know what's in my altar.
And you are inspired if you want to use that.
Oh, it's true. I am inspired. Let's burn that. Smoke it if I've got it, and I do got it.
So you do smoke it.
So that's now advantage, yes. So 0, and now I have 3 dice take top 2, correct?
Basically the best you can do here, right?
Yeah.
6 and a 4 is a 10.
It's a 10. Fantastic. Yeah, I think all what it is that like the image of that flashes in your mind. You feel like that would be a good play to write. Yeah, but it does not come to pass.
Yeah, as soon as I write that and give it to you, I was like, I gotta remember this Great Blimp Disaster of 1962. Great Blimp
And
Disaster.
I think it is because Grover tore it up.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it was a collaboration between the Watcher.
Blimp Tanic.
One gives, one takes away. But they snatch back their notebook and continue writing. And yeah, they say, Doctor, this is not a medical issue anymore. This is a battle for Grandma's very soul. If she's taken by the silver lining, it could be terrible, which is fantastic. But
I am trying to investigate here to see if I can get clues out of these people, by the way.
yeah, would you like to ask them something about it? Or just would you like to talk to them, or would you like to observe?
Yeah, okay, let's observe.
Okay, cool.
Oh no.
This will be an investigation roll with insight then for you.
Insight.
Oh, it's true. I should have talked, but anyway, too late. I chose.
Leave the
I chose
observing
my
to
fate.
me.
I wasn't metagaming enough. Damn it.
Gaming is gaming.
I love how much we do the things we're not good at.
You said insight, not that matter.
Insight, yes. 2 dice plus 1.
Plus 1.
You burned your insight, but You have an oil lantern and a paper angel.
Yeah.
But the paper angel is
Yeah.
I was trying to remember that has a special ability.
Yeah, that's the one you can use to find someone, right?
yeah.
Oh, is that what it was? To find someone? Yeah, that's right. Let's see, 2d6 plus 1. Checking it out. Is an 8.
Is an 8. Great. So you will find a clue, but there will be a complication. Let's see. I think. Yeah, I think this is good. I think you see, as you're closely observing, you see a like a medical bracelet on the old woman's wrist that is kind of silver and blue. And you recall, with your incredible insight, now that you see that here, you recall seeing it on some other folks who had been admitted from the waiting room. And I think even though she's kind of like blah, you can get close enough to take a look at it, and it actually says it has prayer marks for the silver lining on it. And you recall seeing prayer bracelets of other colors on other patients. So the clue is color-coded prayer bracelets indicating pre-planned destinations following treatment.
Mm-hmm.
So she had been promised to the silver lining, and I don't know if her family realizes that. Um, and a condition or a complication. Mm. And I think this is when Phineas shows up, the greeter from the parking lot. And he kind of like kind of not roughly, but kind of pushes Grover aside. Um, he's got his, I think he's got a different pastel suit on, it's like a mint color, and he's got a different pair of eyeglasses that are like a slightly different color blue, and he kind of is like fantastic, fantastic, wondrous, wondrous, and again kind of like insinuates himself up between the relatives to her bed, and is just kind of like beaming up at her, and then looks back at the two of you, the three of you, and he's just ecstatic, again, both emotionally and
Very good,
perhaps
Matt.
actually, um, like he is beaming a little bit as well, and it's like, isn't it wonderful to see someone in their last moments going to their destination, that there's no better place a soul could go than the comforting, cottony embrace of the silver lining. And you can see
Did
her
you
face
change
starting.
clothes?
You can see her face starting to glow a little bit more, and like kind of lights coming out of her palms and the soles of her feet.
Should we be present for this?
Oh yes, wonder to behold. I'm glad that esteemed inspectors such as yourself can see the wonders that the miracles of modern ritual medicine can do. I against the wills of her family, of course, but so we here at the miraculous clinic of the bleeding witness, uh, people are brought here because we know what is best for them. And although the staff may disagree, the end result is always marvelous. Don't you agree?
I do not.
You don't. Have you seen anything like this before in your life? Have you ever been ecstatic as she is in her life, recalling every last wonderful moment? It's as if life was flashing before your eyes, as they say, but it's not a flash. It's a litany. It's a celebration, going over each wonderful moment, each happy memory, relating it to those who watch on, understanding that you have lived a full life and all of the moments that made you happy still exist and will always exist. Wouldn't you want that for anyone?
Not against the wishes of their family. That doesn't seem right.
Oh, sour pusses don't know what's right.
I have been called that before.
No, no, not you. not, not you, my friend.
All right.
Worse. Mm. The chronicling of the downbeats. I understand that it's a necessary complement or whatever in the divine balance, but I wouldn't want to be in their shoes. When they go, it won't be
You
like
should you should talk more to Sir about the purpose of this clinic. I think he would really like to hear about it.
yes. Tell me more. What do you? What, I am here to serve your inspection in whatever way I can.
I just because I'm a little
Can I offer you a
mischievous-
pin?
I'm a little mischievous imp. I feel like it's time for a spellbinding tale. He is a side character, yes.
He's a side character indeed.
Oh no.
Time for a spellbinding tale.
Are we gonna find out he's not?
Spellbinding tale. I'm gonna be like,
Also an agent.
Tell us a story that is wildly unbelievable.
All agents.
Phineas,
Oops.
Phineas,
Spell agents.
had you walked in 7 minutes earlier than you did, you would have you don't recall this woman. You're telling me you don't. You look at this woman and you don't recognize her?
I'm very busy.
Phineas, what goes on at this? How could you listen to me? All right, this is going to be very difficult to believe. I don't know what kind of magic voodoo is going on. This mere 7 minutes ago, this woman was. I don't know how to tell you this, but I'm just going to jump straight to it. This woman is your mother, Phineas. She's been recounting the tales of your childhood and your family life and the happy memories she had with you and how she doesn't want to go. This woman does not want to go to the Silver Lining. She wants to remain here with her family, which includes you, Phineas.
Let's make that roll.
That is so good.
Oh
I
my
love
God.
this so much. I love like not immediately solving the problem, but instead pointing the problems at each
Possibly
other.
making it worse.
Yes, this is my favorite way to use the watcher.
That's 2 dice plus presence.
What's better than 2 rockets is 2 rockets pointed at each other.
A 9.
A 9.
Yes.
On a hit, they fall for your charm and will aid you in a task or reveal a clue. But he will ask for something in return. Would you like to him to aid you or reveal a clue?
I want him to aid me in
Oh,
saving
okay.
this woman for and like whatever, taking her bracelet off, wherever needs to happen, so she doesn't go to the Silver Lining.
Interesting.
Save the woman for her family.
And how do you communicate that to him?
Like, look,
He's
Phineas,
very confused that you insist that it's his mother when it's clear.
Phineas, Phineas, my good man, you are obviously like myself, a man with much sway, much charisma. People, I'll bet you can get people to do whatever you want, and they would not ever hold it against you. You can probably convince people. You could probably convince a. I can't think of a good metaphor. you could probably convince anyone. I mean, this family, as you said, against. Would you want your mother given to the Silver Lining against your wishes? Surely
Against my wishes.
you have the power.
Or against, go give it to the wax and scrivener, say.
Ugh, ugh.
Just
I hope Grover is in the room for that.
I know I have this feeling, Phineas, this woman's work is not done here yet. And perhaps by saving her for her family, you gain the good trust of all these people who will then be evangelists of the clinic. And what a great work they did here, and how the clinic saved their mother. It's really, if you think about it, you're taking one sacrifice now and investing it so that it pays off exponential dividends later.
And he look, and he like rummages around in his suit. Like, oh well, here's my mother for reference. Very much alive. Thank you very much. I'm not as old as I look. And pulls out like a sheaf of papers. I understand your concern, and I clearly understand the plight of theirs. I don't run this hospital, and I don't have sway in any way, but I do have a contract. And he thrusts the paper into your hands. And basically, the contract is that, like, she came in as it could be worse for her as her family, but to receive treatment, a soul had to be promised to the silver lining. And so he says, see, I am bound by this contract, both legally and divinely. If a soul is not rendered unto silver lining, things will go poorly for us. So unless, I mean, you are young, vibrant, you have many years ahead of you. If you would take her place many, many years from now, surely, I'd be happy.
I can scrutinize this contract first, correct? Yes.
Absolutely, yes.
Do it, do it.
When you die, your soul will go to the silver lining.
I'm sure this will not be this easy, but it amuses me, so I'm doing it.
Do it.
Grover, look over this contract for me.
Steadfast in his faith to the scrivener.
I love Grover so much.
He looks like he's like you want me to. And before he does, the worm.
Is this treat for me?
No, this is what he's asking for you in return. He will release this woman's soul to her family if you pledge your soul to the silver lining.
Seems like a good deal.
And when you die, which could be many, many years from now, and looking over the contract, like there's no loophole, like, and now you're gonna die.
You're right. It just means when I die, my soul goes to the what? The silver lining?
The silver lining, yeah.
I'm really torn. Because obviously that's the more interesting choice, but yet I also don't feel like I would do that. Because I was just trying to save this woman by weaselly using my presence. I'm like, I don't feel like I want to save this stranger enough to sacrifice my own soul.
Oh yeah, I love that Sebastian is like that though.
And
it's more like I thought I could. This would be slick of me. What's that?
It's possible you can weasel out of the contract later, but.
Oh yeah, that seems uncharacteristic.
Oh, see, now that's a good angle. See, now you're playing on Sebastian's ego. He's like, I'll be able to outsmart this. I'll figure it out.
Not my first contract.
Like
He's got a few.
Feet and hands is intensifying.
What was that?
The light coming out of her face, feet, and hands is intensifying, and her ramblings are becoming almost.
Yeah.
And she is a few feet from the ceiling.
This contract looks like a tomorrow's Sebastian problem.
Yeah. I think that both serves the more interesting choice as well as my character. So I can definitely, I'll be like, internally he's thinking like, I always find a way out of these things. It'll be fine. He's like, Done. Deal. You got it.
Really?
Sure. Sounds like an adventure.
Well, like jumps a little bit, jumps, snags the bracelet with his finger and gives it a little yank. Immediately plops back to the bed. And he just tosses it to you, and it like almost like a slap bracelet, just kind
Oh no.
of the deal is struck.
Does
Right.
Sebastian already have a few of those on him though?
Ching, ching, ching.
Or at least like one was already there before, maybe.
There's going to be an interesting discussion with this.
Now they're going to have to fight over me.
There's going to be an auction someday.
As she, um, as she falls, the light goes out, and her sort of joyful recounting, her face starts twisting in sadness and regret, and she starts
Oh.
recounting all of the bad things that happened in her life. And
Ah.
faces of her family, they're happy about this. And the ones that weren't writing before pull out notepads and start scribbling down everything.
Nana's back.
And since she's already close to the end of her life, this process kind of accelerates faster and faster and faster, until there's like an audible pop, and she just kind of like explodes into a pile of sheets of paper
Oh.
with,
Oh,
with
my turn.
everything that she has said about her life written on them. And the family like kind of like lets them settle down, and then starts respectfully like putting them in folders and like binders, and collecting her life woes. One of them, when they're done, kind of like walks up to you, Sebastian, shakes your hands. Thank you so much for your service. I don't know what we would have done if we'd lost her. Now she'll be with us forever.
Need some peace?
Say that again?
I said, I hope I've given your family some peace.
Yes, of course. She'll go in the what you call the place where they put records.
Oh,
Archive.
archive.
She'll be placed in the family archive.
I think Hugh winces a bit at this. This whole thing is just like, nope, gotta keep it
Where these
together.
words will live on in perpetuity. Never.
May I be an
Hugh's just glaring at
an
Sir.
honorary browser of those archives?
Oh, of course, all are welcome to peruse the litany of woes.
Wonderful. Hmm. I'll put this in a show someday. Maybe we should take a journey somewhere.
He always drives instead of talking about his problems.
This is weirding me out.
I think Hugh is just like, I hate this place so much.
You know what we haven't seen yet? The skyward sprawl.
I told you we should not be here. This place has no
Rin
honor.
is very uncomfortable here, and we should respect that.
We have not been. What the fuck? Yes, I am uncomfortable.
I will leave here with you right now, Rin. Let's go. Let's walk out the door.
Wait, was Rin there? Wasn't Rin like still chasing that little dude?
Faster than and
Good point. Guess I'll
Oh
run
yeah,
into Rin
sorry.
when
I wasn't
leave.
actually there. I think Rin is still like trying to follow that dude. Maybe you bump into Rin.
I think you've lost him after talking to the.
God damn it. Tooth.
Oh, tooth.
You do have 4 clues now. If you want to speed run the first 2 questions.
What was the first question?
We would never.
What is the hidden cost of the miracles being performed here?
Okay, but if we did that, then we would get the condition.
Treatment candidate.
Oh no.
But then we could immediately answer the next question.
Yeah, the condition can be cleared by answering the next question, which is, can the custodians put a meaningful end to the suffering here?
But we would. So if we burned 2 to answer the first one, say we would have 2 against 4 for the second one.
No, they're both 2.
They're both 2.
What? Oh, never mind. Oh, what? Wait.
2 for the first one, 2 for the second one.
Oh, okay. So you clear that after you answer this. Okay, I'm sorry. I got it. Never mind.
And after the second one, if you answer no to the second one, if you cannot put a meaningful end to the suffering here, then you can actually resolve the assignment by working with staff to gather the needed documentation that will satisfy the Bureau. You'll each receive a complimentary spiritual renewal treatment. You can mark a verse of history, and one of the faiths from the clinic becomes a asset.
I don't want any treatments from this place.
Equal to one of the totally harmless faiths from the. Definitely would not take control of snuff gods.
So
Oh, no.
slap bracelets for everyone.
So you can answer those, one or both of them if you like, or you can wait and do a journey scene if you like.
I'm open to anything, but I'm all for just banging out 2 questions real quick.
I mean, I feel like we're already probably going to, on the way to the car, be having a freewheeling discussion.
Oh,
about
yes, we
what
are
hate
talking-
so much. We are talking this shit out.
We are talking about this place. I think, except for Rin, I think Rin is just like refusing to talk about it for a little while at least. But
feel like
we'll
as
join
we-
the discussion.
As we are leaving and we see Rin and we're approaching her,
No.
I immediately start being like, Hugh, Rin is very uncomfortable here. We shouldn't have ever come in. Let's go, all right? We need to look out for our friend Rin and leave this place post haste. Oh, so Rin, thank goodness.
Yes, we should go.
All right, that sounds like we're going to journey phase.
Oh, I mean, I think we wait. Are we discussing? Or are we
And
not
what
discussing?
was with the notebook? Why is there so much writing in this clinic? I mean, of all the things.
Do we want to share? What was his name? Was he Doctor Tooth?
Phineas?
Reverend
Tooth.
Tooth?
Father Tooth. Father
A
Tooth.
reverend.
Father
I
Tooth.
keep calling him doctor, but I think it
Reverend.
might be
Yeah, there was
reverend.
Reverend or Brother Thumb and Reverend Tooth.
Reverend Tooth.
Yes. Invited us to a ritual tonight.
Oh yeah, we should go.
Really?
Well, we
Yeah.
shouldn't go, but we will.
But he knows about Hank.
Yeah, he knows. He seems to. He claims to have information about things that are not real. Let's say that.
My
He was
instinct.
heavily.
My
He's a
instinct would
fiction
be
writer.
Might be a sex
probably
party.
not to do what Reverend Tooth
Oh,
wants. That's just my instinct.
He did hurt Zeph.
Twofold
Yes.
with,
And we met. Did we see Dr. Tooth before when we first got here?
You met Brother Thumb.
Reverend Tooth. Oh, Reverend. Okay, so
Yeah.
Reverend Tooth bled. I mean, he licked the blood from
He-
from
From
multiple
a
things.
band-aid and then
Yeah.
from Zeph's hand. Yeah, I think we try to like really quickly, we both like stumble over explaining this to them.
Right.
And then like he ate some of my band-aid and then he licked Zeph's hand.
Almost definitely a sex
bleeding.
party. We really shouldn't.
Probably a sex party. We should go.
I just-
Yeah. Also, didn't Rin, weren't you the biggest proponent of GTFing-O? Getting the fuck out of here.
Yeah, we should go.
We can have a freewheeling discussion on the way to the car.
Yeah.
What
I
was
wanna talk
with the notebook?
I mean,
Did anyone
I-
lose time on the way out of the building?
I feel like
No,
we
just-
met
just-
different Samuels. Did you?
Just blood.
Sebastian, I noticed that you took a follower. Have you decided who you want that to be yet?
Wait,
Oh, we didn't use Grover for anything this time, did we?
Grover.
I still just my gut instinct is the most is nobody who's already established yet is just
Would you
either,
like someone from the clinic?
Reverend Tooth, Reverend Tooth.
Reverend Tooth will not be a follower of yours.
Samuel.
Oh,
Samuel the
God,
talking
Samuel.
head.
No.
I don't know.
What do you
the-
think,
the only
Samuel? I'm
ideas that
in
have-
it for the pain.
The only ideas that keep I'm kind of open to anything. The only ideas that keep occurring to me though are either a stage manager or a dramaturg from my past.
Mm.
But
That's
wait,
right.
let's just make sure. If we take Samuel with us to a diner and we feed the head, and then it falls out of the that's comedy right there, right?
Oh, God.
That's classic.
It's
Did we
edible.
consider-
You can still eat it. It's been slobbered on.
What about one of the attendants? One of the attendants, kind of like a proposition. One of the attendants witnessed what you did in your performance in the operating theater, and they're like, "Fuck this place! I'm gonna work with you."
Sure.
Yeah, yeah. I think it'll be Hope.
You want to learn the art of dramaturgy.
Yeah, and so they as you're leaving, one of the attendants, they I think it's a she, comes like, Sebastian, is it? I saw your performance in the theater, in the
Which
operating
theater?
the operating theater,
Well, the one here.
the one here. Yes, when you, I
A little crestfallen.
heard the
Well,
wing.
no,
Watch.
that was one of my best, I have to say.
Wonderful.
I heard the wings of the Watcher as you spoke, and I was wondering if you were looking for an understudy.
You want to learn the ways of the Watcher, do you?
Yes, and you are definitely the person that can teach me.
Well, then it would not only be my great honor, but I'd be remiss to not take an eager student such as you under my wing.
And she, like, without even like being like, okay, yeah, and just like unbuttons her scrubs and like wriggles out of her scrub pants.
Do you have a cloak?
I don't have it. I just have like running shorts and the
Hugh has a cloak.
Fine, we'll find.
has,
We'll
like,
get you one somewhere. We'll get
black
you.
running shorts and like a athletic top underneath her scrubs.
That's fine.
Like, I'm ready.
You know what?
Teach me.
You don't find the cloak finds you.
Don't find the cloak.
Lesson number 1.
Hugh was offering the cloak and shrugs the cloak back on.
Uh,
Soon-
Rain was clutching their
Right.
V helmet.
My goal
Also-
is for all of us to be becloaked.
Isn't the cloak the cop god?
the cloak.
Oh no!
Like the cloak
the cloak
finds you
always
is still,
finds you.
yeah. It's
Oh,
a
I
little
forgot
more-
that Rin hates Grover. I have to remember this.
That's right.
It'll come back to you.
Well, luckily you haven't been around him too much, so it hasn't come.
Yeah, I think that Rin hadn't seen Grover this whole time and just bumps into him right here and is like, ew.
Mm.
And like kind of past him.
I think as soon as Sebastian, you accept Hope, like the kind of glaze goes out of her eyes, like the other attendants have. She like comes alive, basically. They're like almost as if she'd like the hold that something else had over her had dropped.
Hmm.
Like, looks very young and vibrant.
Fate has brought us together.
Well, where's our next performance?
Ah, that's what we were discussing. Well, you see, we were just about to have a discussion about our findings here at the clinic.
And since
Oh,
you
I-
know
Oh,
about the clinic,
Oh, remember.
We just could hope to tell us the answer.
A little bit fuzzy, but I'll help where I can.
Fine, you can take notes on our discussion and see what makes the most sense to you as well.
Take notes, of course. And she like goes back to the scrubs that she left out of grab, takes a note.
Oh no, what does Grover feel about Hope taking notes?
I just like gently pushing Grover back. Like, come on. Not today, man.
Cool, freewheeling discussion. The question: What
Before we get to the car,
miracles being performed here?
I can-
so
Okay, I'm
just
sorry.
quickly, before we get to the car, I just want to so we're all going to the car, right? The 6 of us now.
Oh
Well, it is a
no.
station wagon, right? So
It's a
technically,
station wagon. You said it way back.
Yeah,
I
just
don't want
like
to share the backward
followers
seat.
rolling around to the back, like the 1970s. There's no
either
seatbelt laws.
3 per bench seat, or somebody can hang out in the back.
Yeah.
No, no one
Well,
else
that's
is in the
more
back with me.
Yeah.
Okay, if you want
I'm
the
the backward
back, that's
seat.
fine. Because then we can have 3 in the back seat and 2 in the front seat.
3
Yeah.
plus 2
No
plus
one,
1.
no one should sit with me.
Jeff, did you have a question?
Yeah, no, I just wanted to say before we get into the car, before we go, I agree that we shouldn't do what Father Tooth or anyone named after a body part wants us to do. This is
Those teeth.
my general position. Like, do not follow body parts. But he seemed to have access to something, something that felt true to me, and I can't speak for you. Like going around and like looking at Grover, like rolling his eyes. I can't speak for any of you, but I've been, I, I have felt something lacking. I have felt
Oh no.
that there is something missing. I don't know what it is, if it's purpose or I've been at sea. I've kind of been sleepwalking for the last session. Whatever. Yeah, probably didn't even notice me, but I'm missing something, and if I don't get it, I don't know that I will be a trustworthy teammate, or like if I'm a good teammate. If I'm compromised in some ways, like I don't want this to come back on all of us somehow.
So you're going to the sex party?
Wow.
Yeah, we probably should.
Oh,
I mean,
no.
no, I don't think we should, but I just wanted to say that this moment brought up this thing in me
Oh.
that I wanted you guys to know about.
We might figure out more about what's going on in this ungodly place.
Speaking of what's going on,
Too
Yeah.
many.
Well, as for what is the hidden cost of miracles being performed here, I think what we just witnessed with the color-coded bracelets indicating pre-planned destinations following treatment and such seems to be the hidden cost seems to be loved ones' souls. I mean, that seems pretty obvious, does it not?
And you could probably work like get well soon as another god.
maybe that's the one to whom Samuel was promised.
Yeah.
Maybe
Before
the
he
prayer bar
died.
to mark that alters the experience of the time is the anesthetic that helps you
Mm.
lose track of the time while you're there.
What is
Only
the second
two.
question? Can we put a
The
meaningful
first
end to
one,
the
yeah.
suffering? Okay. Which alters the experience of time.
That might be good for the second one, maybe, right? Maybe. So can we put a meaningful end to the suffering here?
We burn it down.
I mean, obviously, I think we can put a meaningful end to the suffering because we can do anything.
We
Big damn heroes.
can set fire to things.
Fire.
And
Blazing flame.
the intern's notebook, each entry is a poem recalling events of the day in prophetic verse.
Prophetic verse.
Grace, I believe.
All right, the first question: what is the hidden cost?
Mhm.
It's
So we answered that.
Yeah.
Souls.
just the souls going to
One of the many
pre-planned places.
Yeah.
Souls, yeah, being promised to various
Right.
gods
Whichever god is working the magic.
against their
Oh.
family's will, or not always, I guess, but doesn't matter if their family's on board or not.
Yeah.
A meaningful end.
I mean, we could
Oh,
say that
No, sorry.
Well, I guess we have to roll for the first one first.
Yeah, that's
but-
what I was just saying. I guess we really take them one at a time. We'd roll for
Yeah.
the first one and then
Yeah.
solve the second one.
I'm wondering if there is some sort of prophecy about the clinic being brought to an end, if it's a notebook of prophecies,
Yeah.
or like the dates
Hmm.
and the dates
should
of
we
the list
roll?
of things.
Should we go ahead and roll the first one? And
Yeah,
then we can tackle the second one.
Who would like to roll that? Now be an even roll.
not it.
All right, I'll do it since I
Thank you, sir.
strong armed it. I'll take responsibility for this bullshit.
Thank you, Heath.
And it's just straight up 2d6 for these
Straight
rolls.
up
Yes.
two.
Yep, bam, bam, bam. 2d6. Kabam, and it's a 10.
Wow.
Hey! Well, that is definitely the answer to that question then. Nailed it.
Boom.
Come on.
Boom.
And now we all take the condition treatment candidate.
Yes, you're all treatment candidates now.
Probably
shit.
good that Hope lost whatever glaze was in her
Side
eyes.
characters and dangers will take special interest in you if you have that condition. But yeah, solved. Blammo. If you'd like to write in the notes the solution you came up with, so we remember.
I am full up on conditions now, so is Zeph.
Yeah. Can oh, thank you for. Can we use the like inspired on the mystery rolls? I don't think so.
Good job.
So, yeah, it's individual.
Just on individual action rolls, yeah.
What are you talking about? Notes.
Um,
In the assignment,
FR11.
yeah,
Are you?
on the assignments sheet,
Oh,
FR11.
I'm scrolled over too far. I didn't do fucking. Oh, here, wait, R11 in the assignments tab?
FR
FR,
Oh, FR11. That's
So
what
we're
I'm
treatment
confusing.
candidates.
for 11.
yeah,
Yeah.
Gotcha. Dig it.
I put conditions on everyone.
All right.
I need to burn
Something-
off an inspired soon.
Do something dumb. Do something dumb.
Oh, and
Have you considered going into like a cellar somewhere?
There is a party tonight.
Oh
I'm
no.
unmarked.
And there's still plenty of action in the parking lot.
Okay, so now the two clues remaining to explain whether or not we can put a meaningful end to this.
Oh, and in fact, as you're in the parking lot, kind of having this, you do see a van pull up to the side of the building, and two attendants are unloading a catatonic stretcher-bound patient, and kind of hustling the gurney into the side entrance. Unmarked van. More patients are coming in.
I assume I noticed nothing interesting about the van. Yeah.
It's a soul bag situation.
Yeah.
Fear bag situation. That's a
The what bag?
fear bag situation. It's like, oh, there's just a side beat. Oh no, we're okay. Here we go.
Oh, right, yeah. Fear bag.
You're welcome to investigate the van, but it will just go unnoticed if you choose to.
Later. Wait, now we have a van. We can bring as many followers as we want.
So, second question: can the custodians put a meaningful end to the suffering here?
So the prayer mark, which alters the experience of time, I would posit to say that could help us somehow concoct a plan to help put it, because Peter, you now don't you have like one
I have
use
one
of that
usage
now?
of the thing, yeah.
So see, that could be part of the plan of like,
An aesthetic mark, yeah.
maybe we could somehow.
Anesthetize whoever's in charge of this.
A good like what
Hmm.
name would that god be? like sleeps with eyes open.
But
Hmm.
how could that clue help explain that the answer is we can put a meaningful into it?
Wait, uh, could the answer be? I mean, the intern notebook where every entry is a poem
Mm-hmm.
makes me think that recalling the events of the day in prophetic verse makes me think that like what was the thing the agent said? Like nothing is inevitable. That
Nothing
like
except progress.
Mm.
right. That like this place operates according to like a very strict ritual understanding, and
Yep.
that if we monkey wrench with enough parts of the ritual, we can undo or disrupt the hallowing.
Yeah.
I like it.
Maybe even turn some of it against itself, like you were saying about using like the anesthesia
Mhm.
mark
Yeah.
on like we get the hospital director and be like, sleep now.
Oh, now we are the baddies. I love it.
Sounds like Ben's
Now
rolling
we're
this one.
Now, yeah. Good point.
I like that,
Or-
Seth. Why don't you roll?
I should roll for that.
That's what you get when you have the good
Oh,
idea.
man.
You have to
Should I have-
roll.
should- this is my first roll.
When you speak, you must roll.
Go ahead, Abe.
2d6.
2d6 straight up. An 8.
8.
Great.
Yeah.
And you rolled a 10 for the last one. Great. So this is an 8. You can put a meaningful end to the suffering is what you're answering, right? Yes. So that unlocks the remaining questions.
Huzzah!
Which outlawed faith poses the greatest threat? That's a complexity 4. That lets you resolve the assignment by making an example of the followers and severing their god from the clinic.
Whoa.
Answering this question grants the special move, God Killer.
Yes.
The other
I
question is,
bet.
who is secretly funding the unsanctioned work of the clinic? Complexity 4. And that lets you resolve the assignment by unmasking the sponsor of the clinic and reporting their activities to the authorities. Each custodian may choose 2 rewards during end of session and gains the condition Hero.
I know what we're going for.
We have to go to the party and crush it.
Oh no.
God Killer, you have obtained the undying essence of a living God. When making a roll with communion, you may check one of these 3 boxes to automatically get a 12 plus. Then take the condition divine infection as the God essence takes its toll on your mortal flesh.
Yes.
When the final box is marked, instead of taking divine infection, all custodians with divine infection must write a verse. No problem.
And so we're going, if we dive into the party, we'll be doing that. All of us having the condition treatment candidates.
Well, no, not if we, because that gets removed.
You answer the next question.
Oh, that got cleared with the second question, or?
Yeah.
Never mind. I'll delete it from everybody.
There was a brief moment when several eyes gleamed towards you
Yeah.
in the parking lot and then slowly faded away.
A lot of interest in us for a few seconds there.
I thought there was a special thing with Hero that was like maybe not so great.
Meh.
Maybe not. I don't know.
I mean, now we could go to the sprawl if we want.
I wonder if it's a permanent condition. I'm not sure. Interesting. Are the rewards bad? Is that a cool. I think the other one's just harder. Like both questions are the same complexity, but I think the second one is harder to resolve, like with actions.
Oh, okay. Unmasking who was really behind it.
Yeah, fucking up a cult is no problem, but finding out who someone's bankrolling it, that is a problem. And since you rolled an 8,
Everything is great.
it's great. There will be an welcome complication to the answer, and or pursuing the opportunity will be more dangerous. A second. Mm-hmm. 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 Huh. I have a note about something, but interesting. Oh yeah, because there was a right. Yep. Cool. Let's see what the little history says there. Great Blimp disaster. Poor Samuel. Yes. Okay, great. Fantastic. There is a complication waiting in the wings as well. Very cool, cool, cool. No problem. Everything's good. Great. So, what now?
Well, we still have to resolve Sleepless Warden, right?
Yes. That's right.
Oh yeah, oops.
But yeah, I think, but we hadn't, I don't know, doesn't really matter. We haven't touched Sprawl at all ever.
True. A lot of things are happening.
Yeah, so it's kind of like pick your poison.
And I guess we did touch Warden a little bit ago.
But I'm open to anything personally. I don't have a strong. If at this point everything has the if or.
Hmm.
Everything's
Yeah, I guess
good / bad.
metagaming I could see. Well, let's see. I don't know. I worry about the Warden, but then again, if we did successfully resolve it, then we'd have a new one next time and two new things to do. But so no good answers, but
Yeah, exactly. I don't really have a clear path.
The-
So.
The reward for good work is more work.
Yeah,
What you're saying?
yeah,
yep.
Yeah.
like real life. It's such a good job. It's giving you more work.
Yeah. Or Heath, all this journey moves that we make does remind me of your recent post about like spending so much of your time loading and unloading your music, your equipment. Oh,
No matter how much we solve, we just gotta solve more shit.
Let's see.
oh, does sorry, what is the name of the hospital attendant who is now a follower?
That is Hope.
Did Hope respond in any way to our freewheeling discussion?
She's just looking on, like,
She
excited.
seems like a sorority girl. I really like her.
Oh,
Really happy to be there.
She's got like
Yeah.
cute Umbro short shorts,
I've made her a reading
And-
list.
just like really positive.
Here's the essential plays you
Unlike
need to start
Grover.
with.
She and Grover
Work
have a
really
will they,
hard,
won't they?
whatever I have to do to get on stage.
Oh,
I've given her a list of the 5 most essential plays she should read first. 3 of them are by me.
oh no.
only 3.
Quiz.
Only 3.
Yeah. Guess this does take the like theater as cult aspect a little far.
To its natural conclusion.
Yeah.
I don't
I
know.
mean-
Sebastian included Shakespeare for once, or whatever Shakespeare is here in this world.
So
Mecca Shakespeare.
going to work on the Warden or going to start the Sprawl?
Or party with Revolution.
Or sex party.
Or go to the flea market. You can go there again.
That's true. What remind me again with a Sleepless Warden? Where I can't remember have we solved it, but now we just have to
You have
enact
answered
the
the
solution.
questions. Yeah. So oh no, you haven't answered the question, have you?
We haven't.
Well, you answered the first question. The second question is, if the Warden was awakened accidentally, what new purpose could it serve? That's like complexity 6.
Hmm.
And you have a whole bunch of clues. You got 8 clues available.
So that's what it was. We were more than ready to answer it, but I guess we haven't actually done the answer.
Answered it. Yeah, that might be it. I mean, we don't have a lot of time left, so
Yeah. Well, let's call it here, and we can think about it, and we'll do the
Okay.
when we start up next time. It'll be good. It'll be a good journey scene.
We're doing next Wednesday.
Um.
Oh yeah. Let me look at my horrible schedule.
Oh, let's do XP
Oh, yeah.
before I forget.
Oh yeah, sorry.
End of
And Stars
session.
and Wishes.
End of session.
Skipping ahead.
Collect rewards. Nope. Answer end of session questions. Let's start off with Ren. What are your questions?
Did I engage with a god angel? I did a communion role, but it was like with a corpse, right?
It was a saint. That was a divine manifestation, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then I undermined the orders of my superiors when I thought I was when I was talking to the corpse, because I was like, oh, hold on, I can't do our mission. I need to go bury this thing. And then realized it wasn't dead. And I struggle with my personal faith because this place made Ren go a little bonkers.
Cool. That looks like 3.
3.
Zeph.
We didn't do an assignment, we did questions.
Right.
Cool.
I was vulnerable.
All right. That's 1.
Yeah.
Sebastian.
Did I involve or because I know I made a communion roll? Was that engaging with a god, angel, or manifestation?
Oh yeah, you engaged with the silver lining.
All right, sweet.
Oh yeah, you have a slap bracelet.
Yeah, you're promised the silver lining now, which the
Yeah.
author is thrilled about.
I do not think that I undermined the orders of my superiors, but I did go out of my way to connect with. Boy, did I go out of my way to connect
my
with the local
God.
community! Holy fucking shit! Did I go out of my way to?
Sure did.
Why are all my advancements?
Because you have a advancement in the offing, maybe? Or no, you don't.
Oh, yeah, I've picked one and I've got 0 pending, but they're still all gray. But I can still tick the boxes. So hey,
What happens if you untick your boxes in the end of session questions?
Nothing.
Interesting.
I mean, what if I untick these? Yeah, no, okay.
Huh.
Well, I guess I can still tick them. So.
Huh. Interesting.
Weird.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. Cool. So that was 3 for you.
Oh, there it is.
I already had one, so it's. Oh, there we go. I think I'm. Wait, hold on. Did I make it work? No, I didn't. Weird. But anyway, no, I'm up to date. I ticked.
Cool. Cool. So Hugh.
I think I just got the monologue early on, and I think that's it. Promptly forgot about vulnerability.
Yeah. Yeah, that seems right.
Yeah.
Cool. Sweet. Then let's do Stars and Wishes, starting with Peter.
First off, star for Mark for Reverend Tooth. Of just like yeah, all of the folks running this are just delightfully creepy.
There are so many more.
Oh no.
There are 4 more faces you haven't encountered.
Oh no. And yeah, a star for the whole scenario of Sebastian and I just wandering by a room where something's happening and just that avalanching from there. Let's see. Yeah, and star for Nick for Ren getting out a shovel and getting ready to fight someone. Like just a big emotional roller coaster for Ren that I was really entertained by. A wish that I've got, I need to figure out some way to have fun with the remaining faith moves on the table. I think it's just that and a custom journey move, and so it'll be a while before I get another advancement, but I want to kind of figure out how those will be fun to use. A wish also is I'm about out of ink, so I
Ooh.
need to burn off my last ink, and There might be a cave adventure for us
Adventure.
to get more ink generated. And yeah, stars for everyone as always for an entertaining time.
Yeah. Cool. Heath.
Yeah, it was a good one. Stars all around. It's fun. Everybody was firing. Felt like we had a good group dynamic. It's fun seeing Rin be horrified and
Yeah.
Oh,
pissed
yeah.
off and about to shovel someone upside the head. It's also fun because I was ready to jump in and help. I was like, "Oh shit, it's about to get physical."
About to get
And
real.
none of us have any vitality. It's gonna be a really interesting
No.
fight. It's gonna be a slap fight. Um, yeah, I think Sebastian's a little bit worried about uh, Zeph's impending darkness. He's worried about. I'm like, what?
Mhm.
What is this you're telling us, Zeph? What's happening here? Can I not trust you anymore? What are you saying? And yeah, it was just fun. It was fun to have because we got some good, a lot of all togetherness, and then like a couple little side adventures with me and Hugh, and then Ren and Zeph. It was all fun, and now 2 followers. There was just a lot of moments that I really enjoyed from everybody, just and a lot of fun plot points of just stuff that happened, and I felt like there was a lot of on everybody's part, but on my part as well, just like following your bliss of like I'm just gonna do this because it just seems like what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
Ren just going like I'm gonna follow this dude and being like, okay, but he's going. I don't care, following him.
All right.
Okay, but this guy
Hit
tries to
the-
stop you. Still trying to follow him.
Hit the edge of the video game.
Yeah. You hit the invisible border wall. Sorry, you can go.
You could have still kept following if you wanted to. Definitely would have made that work. Fuck off, Reverend. I'm busy.
I don't have any major wish. See, this way wrap up. I think I've said wrap up Sleeping Warden for like the last 3 sessions or something. Someday we'll wrap that one up.
We'll get it.
Use my paper angel at some point.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it's gonna come as a shock to everyone, but get my fucking locket back. I think that's it for me for now.
Cool, Ben.
Yeah. Stars. I mean, all around. It's good to be back. I don't remember. I don't think I mentioned, but I was at the anniversary party today.
Mm.
So I feel
Oh,
like
cool.
my social muscle was a little overtired at the beginning of this episode. Like you guys were talking, I'm like, I don't know if I can follow this. I don't know. But yeah, no, stars all around. It's fun getting the gang back together. Stars again for Mark for turning up some creepiness. And like not making the solution us hitting things or hitting people.
Although you totally could.
Yeah. I was thinking about that when Nick, I can't remember what it was, but you said something about like, oh, like this will be like a good. You said something about getting your character into trouble, and I was like, oh yeah, like this is the difference when like you're not raised on D&D,
Yeah.
as I am. I'm like what are we doing? What's the AC? What's the
Square with the pole.
yeah. Yeah, so yes, stars all around. I'm very excited to see what happens. Yes, so wishes to see what happens. Yeah, I think yeah. No, star. I will call out specifically the father tooth. Like knowing things from other realities. After we have just talked about that, that was a fun bringing the like metagame into the game. Yes, so wishes to see what happens. To get into more trouble and see what happens with that. Yeah, I'll leave it there.
Right. Nick.
Yeah, definitely reflect what everyone else was saying so far. I feel like the last session and this session for Ren, like this just like really touched off like a lot of Ren's like horror.
Mhm.
So that was really fun to just be like, oh, good. Everything you're throwing me is just the worst thing ever to Rin. I know exactly what to do.
Yeah.
Like I didn't expect my Ren to ever fight anyone. And it was like, nope, Ren fights that guy. Loved all the, yeah, loved the like brief splitting up. Loved y'all just wandering by a room where someone was floating and then that becoming the whole thing. I love how big everybody went, especially Sebastian with the slap bracelet being like, yeah,
You can do it.
I'll figure it out. Hugh being around all the documents was so fun.
It was really fun for me too.
And Zeph interacting with Tooth was just so weird and creepy and good. Yeah, and such great weird creepy characters. I wish I knew about the other ones. It felt like the floating market where I was like, I want to see all the things, and it's so scary that we have to go. We need to leave. Like Ren doesn't want to see any of these things, but I'm curious about what is in each room. Yeah, and a wish for now that Ren has had this big moment, what happens next? Like we've gotten away from this like really scary place, and what is the next bit? Is it like a little calm, or do things get worse and worse? What shape is it? I bet it's this. Yeah, and a wish to prophecy well. We gotta make mistakes and embrace the horror. Yeah, and go to the party. Wish for the party.
Cool. Yeah. This was super fun. I love that you just stayed in the operating theater for it's like creepy fucking guy comes in. Well, let's do some stuff with the creepy guy. Here's a guy that turned into a saint and exploded everywhere. Let's do some stuff with that guy. Yeah, everyone firing on cylinders, really good stuff. Yeah, and everyone going towards the bad stuff. Like, yeah, I'm gonna talk to this saint, I guess. Oh, I'm gonna help this floating lady. Like talk to the creepy guy in the. Oh no. Yeah, super good all around.
Why did he know my name?
Because he tasted your blood.
Oh fuck.
Yeah,
That's how that works.
all sorts of stuff about it. Yeah, the clinic is really fun, and there's so much more. I wish the questions were of a higher complexity, but oh well. It'll be plenty of time. So yeah, wishes. Love to see what happens with the warden. I'm excited for the next journey scene, and yeah, see what happens next. All good.
Also, yeah, you reminded me another star to Mark for helping me. Because when it came to that, like I did this whole thing. Okay, I tell this whole story. It's your mother, blah, blah, and so that I can try to save this woman. And he's like, okay, you can save her, but you got to give her your soul. And I was like, it would be such a boring choice for me to be like, yeah, no, never mind then. You take her. But it was like, but Sebastian's not that selfless. But then when Mark proposed but he's egotistical enough to probably think like, yeah, I'll get out of this. That was the key to being able to take the interesting choice while also being in character and not just taking it because it was the more interesting choice.
So now what is it? We can, once per session, we can use a follower to roll with a mage.
Yeah,
So we've got 2 of those in the chamber now.
so many.
Oh, yeah, and hopefully I get to use my inspire you to not take a verse of prophecy before the game ends.
Cool. Anything else before we say goodbye to the internet? All right, goodbye to the internet.
Bye, the internet.